Guess what? I didn't add myself to my stream yet again. Yet again. I swear, I really have to work on that. I'm sitting here talking away. I said hello to Leo's wife. I asked if she saw the countdown. I answered Sarah on the eek. My voice is so sweet, even though I annoy certain people that don't really matter. Ash, I answered you. I'm echoing. Yeah, it's because I don't have my headset in. Hold on. Let me pop my headset in. Is that better? Am I echoing now? Why not make my annoying voice echo? Oh, that would be sweet. Oh, never mind, it's you. It's okay, Cece. Welcome, everyone. Please excuse the the host. Her voice may be a little triggering, just a little. I like triggering people. I find it very funny that that's the only thing she has to say. Mind you, I was not annoying when, like somebody said, why I was paying her, or when I was running her Discord, or when she needed me every time she turned around. My voice wasn't annoying then, but now, good Lord, I'm so annoying. Why? Because I state facts and you have nothing you can come at me with. So the only thing you can come with is I have an annoying voice. Hey Lisa, how is Sammy Dean? Yeah, Carla, it's pretty simple. Hey Batty Boop. It's pretty it doesn't take rocket scientists to figure out who might be talking about me now. I think there's only one person that talks about me or mentions me, because mind you, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 lives. I think it's been 4 lives, and I haven't brought her up at all. I think every live she's brought me up or one of us up, but we're the ones that talk about her. Let me tell you, I found it funny because she had made a statement that why is everybody bringing up Randy's suicide thing that I said? I already apologized about that, and why does everybody have to talk about it all the time? It's old news. Well, you want to know what else is old news that we've heard 1,000,001 times, but yet you bring it up every live, every chat, I've had CPS called on me twice. I've been put on the dirty twice. I have had a glitter bomb sent to my house. I think we know. You don't have to repeat it 1,001 times. We gotcha. We got it. We know what's been done. I don't know why you have to keep bringing it up. But you talk about us bringing up stuff all the time. What else? What else was that she said that I found absolutely hypocritical and funny at the same time? Let me think. There was a bunch. There was a bunch. If she said it yesterday, it's old news, right? I know. I'm just tired of hearing. I've had CBS call, and then the other thing, her her little, we won't mention it, but those 3, she likes to sit there and say that we talk about them all the time. Everybody brings them up. They're always talked about. I don't remember the last time that anybody has talked about those 3 other than herself. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody has brought them up anywhere. So, yet again, another lie. I could care less what she whines about. Same, Samara. I usually don't watch her. I usually don't, but today there was nobody on. I was driving, and I was like, why not? Everybody's talking about it. I'll go in, I'll peek in. And now I know why I don't watch her. Because I was like pulling out my hair. Like, I can't even comprehend the words that come out of her mouth. What was it? Can you drop a link? Absolutely, Truth. You can come on up. Come on up. I know you got some stuff to say. Because, Lord, that girl lies on you. She loves to lie on you. Oh, Wiki, I hope you feel better. Hey, Dova. What was she talking about today? She did a reaction because see, hey, Tally girl. It all started with first thing this morning, Makeup Mobster went live to go at Diane because Diane went live with Alicia, which it shouldn't even have been brought up. It was about Alicia. It was about what she's going through and why Makeup Mobster needed to go live to talk about what annoyed her about Diane on that panel. I don't understand. Like, couldn't you left that one alone? You know, that whole live was for Alicia. So, Tracy and Serendipity went live to address some things that was said about them. And of course, Laura has to make herself important. So she had to add to it. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, listen, I just want to clear something up that, like Laura would say, for those of you in the back, but I'm gonna say for you morons, I don't have a free vet. Someone said her vet is free, but she can afford CBD oil and something else. I don't know. Okay, what I said was,
oh, Lord. I can't even get
you fucking morons, okay? Is I can call my vet. I mean, unless, there's an emergency, she breaks a leg or something. But I can actually call my vet and tell him her symptoms, and he calls in medicine that I pay for. Okay, Ballet Babe? Since you got such a hard on for my dog.
Yeah. What vet would allow free veterinary? No vet in the world is going to allow you to have a free vet. That is just stupid for somebody to think you have a free vet.
Now, if she gets an ear infection and she hasn't had an ear infection in a while, he wants to see her.
Right.
He wants to see her. But if she keeps an ear infection, I can pick up the phone and say, hey, it didn't clear up. What can we try? And he'll say, come by the office and pick up some medicine. And I'll pay at the office. But see, this is what these morons do over there. And I have no idea why Ballet Babe is talking about go buy some teeth. I guess because I threatened to knock hers out of her head if she talked about my son again.
Yeah, I was curious about that because I've seen you 101 times, and you have teeth, all of them. So I don't know what that was about. And the other thing I wanted to see if you wanted to address, what is this monkeys jumping on the bed? Because I sing that song every day to my granddaughter. Every day. Every day I sing.
According to Laura, it's racist.
How is that song racist? Can anybody explain that to us?
I have no idea.
Because I've been curious about that.
I just don't think they ever had nursery rhymes sang to them.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think anybody cuddled them in their lap and actually sang nursery songs, nursery rhymes. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
How me saying 3 little monkeys is racist. I mean, I just can't wrap my mind around it.
I can't either. I was blown away when all of a sudden you saying Three Little Monkeys, all of a sudden you're racist.
And what, I don't know if she's still a Patreon or if she's former, but I love her to death. What's her name with the monkey?
I don't know which one. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember the name. Anybody in the chat remember her? Lisa. Yeah. Oh, she's in here. Lisa Duncan. Yeah, she has the monkey. Yeah, Sammy Dean.
So let me ask you a question. Does that make Lisa racist because she has a baby monkey?
No, not at all.
See the stupid shit they say over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They said a nursery rhyme, a song that has been around for all our childhoods. Everybody knows the Three Little Monkeys jumping on the bed.
Well, actually, it's Five Little Monkeys.
Right. It is 5. But
one fell off and bumped his head, and I think it was Laura.
Yeah, I think so. It's crazy. I couldn't even believe that. Oh, how about Monkey Mar? Yeah, Monkey Mar has her name Monkey in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Monkey Mar. Is Monkey Mar racist?
It's
Monkey. You better change that. And it's supposedly racist to Italians.
Huh?
I know. I'm like, are you kidding me? Number one, are any of you all Italian?
Oh Lord.
Oh, Pixie says it's 10 little monkeys. Well, it's however long you want to drag it out. I mean, you can put as many monkeys on the bed and they can all fall off and bump their head, but it's going to take a while.
That is true, Batty Boop.
Because then Mama's got to call the doctor and the doctor says. So.
Well, I think Laura is racist too because Batty Boop made a good thing. She had a secret chat, and that secret chat was called the Monkey's Nest. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And then let's not forget the stream where Laura said the N-word was okay as long as you said an A at the end of it instead of an R. Let's not forget that. But little bitty baby monkeys are racist now.
Okay, I'm back.
She really, I was talking about the stream she did that she said the N-word was not racist as long as you said it with an A on the end.
That's right. She did say that.
R.
She did say that one too. Wow. I mean, I think that's, really looking racist there, Laura. You better check yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, she was really reaching today.
She was reaching hard today.
And then I see, not only have I emotionally abused Republican Ash, but now I've emotionally abused Tiffany Marie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
And that's kind of funny because they say that, Tiffany is so strong-willed and she'll say what's on her mind and all this and that. And now you are, magic like that you can just manipulate her and all that, Wow. I'm in shock, Tracy. You are skilled.
I just, when I saw Tiffany write that in chat, she did that to me too, Ash. I was like, now this is the woman that just told another woman whose mother committed suicide when she was 2 that her mother was going to walk her into hell.
Yes.
Is that emotional abuse?
I would say, and Lisa says her monkey Sammy says he is not racist.
No, he's not. He is adorable.
He is adorable. He is very, very cute.
So that's not emotional abuse to say that to Randy, but somehow I've emotionally abused someone that I considered friends at one time. It's not my fault. They jumped ship. I know how this started. And Tiffany Marie said to me, I can't believe you're sitting in Randy's that stream. Now, it could have been Randy's or it could have been Diane and Wendy's. I'm not sure. While they're dragging me. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. You sat in Laura's all the time while she drags me. And then she went back to about this isn't about Laura. And I was like, okay, well. And then it went on from there.
Yeah, and you told her she can't be friends with Laura. Not only did you emotionally abuse her, but now you even have the power enough to say she's not allowed to be friends with her. I have never.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling every one of you all in this chat, if I find out that you all are friends with somebody I don't jive with, I'm coming for you. I'm coming hard.
Yes, and I would like to clarify, this is another thing that was said today, that she's trying to put a spin on it that Galloway is this, shady, that does screenshots and records things, and, she's trying to spin a narrative not to trust Galloway. Galloway is kind of like Tracy in the things of do not push buttons, can't really figure out computers. She's not very computer savvy. Has she taken screenshots? We all have taken screenshots. But Galloway has never done a recording of anything. Hey, it's me, Vito.
I couldn't even download the actual video. 5 little monkeys six little monkeys jumping on the bed. I could only do, you know what I had to do? I had to record it on one device and then move it over to another. That's if somebody ever says the truth made a real video, they're lying. Because I have no idea how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does need to leave Galloway alone. It's ridiculous. It's every stream she has to bring her up. And, Galloway hasn't talked about her or anything. Galloway's kind of left her alone and she just can't. And that's the other thing. She says that we talk about her in every stream we do. Tracy, how many streams have you done in the last, I don't know, month? And you've talked about Laura maybe once in any of your streams? Maybe once, maybe twice.
But here's the thing. If I bring up Laura in one of her lives, and that's usually what I bring up is Laura in one of her lives, I say it and then I move on. I don't sit on there for 2.5 hours talking about Laura the whole time. Because number one, she's boring. She's just boring. She's not even really, I'm not a big dragger. I'm not good at dragging. It's just not my thing. But if I do talk about Laura, it's, now I might make a quick video because, well, she's an idiot, like the monkey thing.
Mm-hmm.
Monkeys are racist. No, monkeys are little critters that live in the jungle, the zoo, or Lisa's house.
Right.
There's nothing
nursery
racist.
Rhymes, nursery rhymes.
And like I said, I only titled it that because I really do think they fell off the bed and bumped their head. That's what they act like. They actually fell off the bed and bumped their head. I'm just nicer about it because Laura always says, what, did your mom drop you on your head when you was little or something like that? I thought I was being nice by just saying 3 little monkeys.
Right, but exactly. You could have came up with much worse words to use today. Yeah, in all reality. So you were being nice by saying monkeys, because I'm sure there was other things you rather have said than monkeys. I'm sure.
I found it funny. And to be honest with you, I didn't listen to a whole lot of her reaction videos or this one, because I mean, I got screens, people sent me screenshots from whatever Ballet Babe says. Ballet Babe is obsessed with me, just like she was obsessed with Pink, just like she was obsessed with Tony Stark, just like she was obsessed. There's one more out there. Oh, Mary. Mary, I Love Trials, Mary.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ballet Babe is just creepy.
Obsessed.
Just the woman is just
Wait,
creepy.
don't forget she went hard for Diane and Wendy too, right before she started following Laura. Remember, she went on their panel on a Saturday afternoon. This was long ago. I bet
She's just creepy.
274 remembers, because it was something with something that got mixed up that they fixed that day, because sometimes they do that over there. And she come up to address something else about the community, and I mean, she seemed nice. It was really weird. Like,
she used to be very nice to me.
right. It was, I don't know.
Next thing I know, she hates Lolly and me.
I hate a dog.
Anybody that hates Lolly doesn't have a lick of sense.
Yeah.
Not a lick of sense.
Right. How can you not like Lolly? I mean, Lolly is the cutest. I love when she does her lives and you can hear Lolly snoring. Like, that is the best part. Not that I don't love all your lives, but to me, that is the cutest part of your lives, Tracy, when I can hear Lolly snoring in the background. I think it's the cutest thing.
And I'm going to send out, I'm going to ask Ballet Babe or whoever, please don't call Lolly's doctor. If you're going to go real life, then, swat me or something.
Right?
But don't call Lolly's doctor. I mean,
yeah, poor Lolly.
What do you think he's going to say? Do you think he's going to say, oh, so she's on YouTube talking about the fact that I can call in an antibiotic for Lolly? Come on, guys. Wonder what her vet would think.
The same way that the doctors do nowadays. You call your doctor and you tell them, your symptoms, and half the time they call you in a prescription nowadays. Same thing. They don't want to see you in the office.
British Tippy. Lolly's just trying to live her best life. You're right.
Exactly. So, Galloway, do you have anything to add?
Oh, yeah. I recorded that, Trace. So I'll send it to you. But if I did send you a recording, anybody don't ever press play if I send you a recording. Because trust me, I don't know how to leave a Patreon, okay, y'all?
Ash says if people start calling vets, I'm calling Jesus.
Jesus, right?
Yeah, right?
We all need Jesus. They definitely need Jesus. But we all need Jesus.
And don't worry, everything you guys can say in here, don't worry, they won't listen to, because I have an annoying voice, so they don't watch me. So you guys are free to speak however you want, because they don't watch me.
You can say whatever you want, because Jenna has an annoying voice.
Yeah.
Not that they don't have annoying voices. Let's not go there. Dog.
Yeah. Right.
God.
Mirror. Look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. They won't be here today because, Jenna has an annoying voice. So.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing you know, you will be exposed for indecent exposure of your dog Lollies. Neither regions while snoring. He. Oh, poor baby. No, isn't that Laura that takes pictures of her dog's northern regions? I think it's Laura that does that, right?
Yeah, I've never taken a picture of my dog Snatch. I've just never had a reason to. I just never have been fascinated with animal parts. You know? I mean, it's just not my gig. But hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
Right.
Whatever floats your boat. If you want to talk about animals, I done said I wasn't in on Penisgate. I'm not a part of that.
Yeah. No.
Well, I'm in on Screenshot Gate, and I just want to make this clear because I respect the people in my little group now, and we all really love each other and get along. For the record, we disagree sometimes. Yeah, that's going to happen, especially all women. However, if I shared screenshots of our conversation after I left your Patreon saying, you got to come back, even Blue Eyes, are you kidding me? Coming in there and saying, Laura told me to stop sending her screenshots. You came back after we left, and Laura said you told her, oh, Galway can't leave. How you going to get screenshots? So you see what I mean? How petty this shit gets?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Don't try
I
to
think
discredit my character here, Laura.
you know what she's doing though.
Oh, exactly.
She has to insert herself in things like because her name's not getting brought up. Other people's names are getting brought up. And she can't handle that. So
I want her to look me up on Social Blade. Please, Laura. Please
right?
look me. Please, I want to know where I stand in the community. Please look me up on Social Blade.
Right. Exactly. And can you post it on your next live for Tracy?
Please.
And then I'll
Please?
take a screenshot and send it to Tracy because she doesn't
Thank
watch
you.
I
Thank you,
will.
Galway.
I will own I am the screenshot queen from back then, but way before I left. And anybody who knows me that was in that mod chat will even vouch that we weren't even really chatting in there for like a week when Corona hit.
I was
No.
out before that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she came in one day and said, would everybody die of coronavirus? Because there's literally like ghosts for 3 days. So I stopped sending screenshots long before that, but I'm not going to lie that I didn't send them to her. I mean, my gosh, a lot of people, and they know who
We
they
all
are.
have. We've
Right.
all done
But I was
screenshots.
teased. And then the stop sign. So I want a shirt made for myself. I'm going to get one that says Screenshot Queen with all stop signs after. Because I think that'll really be cute for me.
I do too. I might do, if I ever do merch, I might do that. I might do be a Galway girl with the big stop sign on it, maybe. I don't know. I'm working on my Patreon.
I mean, it's funny.
and-
Everybody does it. Marcia was trying to get someone's attention the other day. And she put all those, but she didn't put the stop sign. I forgot which one she put. And she's like, sorry, I'm just doing a Galway girl right now because I'm trying to get your attention. And I thought it was so funny. Now, I think they
What?
would get angry
Hey.
about that. I think it's funny. I love it.
Starlight.
You're raining on her parade, calling her out like that.
Look, the truth. First, you need to stop all that fish bashing that's been going on. I have never bashed a fish in my life. I've caught a fish, I've eaten a fish, but I've never bashed a fish. As a
Okay,
matter of
what's-
fact, I had one of the smartest fish ever,
Oh, the
and I
fish,
sent
yeah.
proof. I sent proof to Diane that my fish was trained to get in his bed. He had a little leaf that had a suction cup on it. It stuck on the side of the bowl, and I could wave my finger, and he would get in his bed.
Oh,
So-
that is cute. That
don't-
is cute.
Yeah, they
I-
showed it. Diane and Wendy did a show all about pets. Believe it or not. And it wasn't about Laura.
They
All
are
different-
goldfish, damn it, not koi. Where is
things
the
fish
damn
do.
outrage? I did get a kick out of, I think it was asked you something before that asked in chat, what happens to them in the winter? Ash, let me tell you what happens. They live under ice, or at least koi fish do. I don't know about goldfish, but when you have a koi pond, or I guess in that case, a goldfish pond, it freezes over, but they're able to live underneath the ice as long as you keep the water circulating.
Yep,
do.
as long as it's
Probably
running
this-
water. As long as it's running water, they stay alive under the ice. Yep, they do.
Ash-
That's why people go ice fishing, Ash. In the winter, they go ice fishing.
Yeah, no fear. Don't worry about the fish, Ash. They're going to be okay. And don't bash them, because fish bashing is It's just wrong. I mean, there's just nothing right about that.
Probably the same
But
thing that happens to the grass on a roof happens to the koi fish. And that other kid that she can't ever find. Because when she was told to go check on her kids, Ashley says in the chat, and you know what? I got up and went and checked. That's how crazy I am. And yeah, there was still only one kid. So I just wanted to make sure.
I don't
thought
know
that
if
was funny.
goldfish can. I don't know if goldfish can survive in freezing water, Ems.
I just know koi fish can.
Can
I'm
yes.
not an expert on goldfish. Goldfish, I used to win at the fair, and they never made it very long.
They were
I mean,
floating by the time they came home in the bag.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they give them to you in a plastic bag. By the time you attend the fair all night, they're not in very good shape. So, I don't know much about goldfish, but I do know people with koi ponds, and the koi live just fine during the winter. Maybe goldfish do too. I don't know.
I
don't have a
ate
clue.
one.
You ate a goldfish? Yuck.
Yeah. And these buses used to come to our neighborhood.
I love the
And-
little cheese crackers goldfish, though.
My mom would tell this story better than me. She bought me like this really, she worked at Marshall
Hi,
Field's
Casey.
warehouse when I think I was 5. She bought me this beautiful winter coat because she got a good deal on it. I had cut my own bangs that week. So I had like these chopped, really short, all crooked bangs, this beautiful winter coat. While me and my friend Peter Rizzo, you know, that bus would come around to take you to Indiana to the, I guess it was, I forgot what kind of church it was, like a Christian or something. Come on the bus. The guy said he was going to eat a goldfish if we went with them. I mean, the police got involved. It was crazy, trust me. But I was that kid. I'm just, you know, I don't know how she didn't have all eyes on me at all times. But anyway, he said he was going to do it. He didn't do it. We're halfway to Indiana. So I'm like, well, give it to me. I'll eat it. And he hands it to me, and I ate it.
See, Gravy K said they go dormant in the winter. See, I knew that. Koi, but I don't know about goldfish.
Yeah, I'm not
Koi
sure.
do.
I'm not sure with goldfish.
I'm sure Makeup Mobster takes care of her fish in the winter. I mean, you know, I would never sit here and dog her fish.
She
That's
said
why
today in a chat she does not have a koi pond.
No, she has a goldfish pond.
Oh, because someone said koi fish, I guess.
Yeah,
in her
somebody
backyard.
said she had a koi pond. And
I thought she told Randy that the other day when Randy asked her what her level of education was. And she said, have you seen my backyard? I mean, is that what really happened?
I have my education is goldfish.
Have you seen my backyard?
Oh, if
No,
I show
just
you
the way you said that, Galloway. When they asked her what the level of her education was, she said,
Yeah, like what?
have you seen my goldfish pond? Sorry.
My koi fish or something. And Randy was like, what?
Galloway, you crack me up.
Ballet Babe, oh, please, honey, please quit worrying about me. Please quit worrying about me, okay?
Go find a new obsession. We
Yeah,
got Tracy. We got
Don't-
her.
don't
And
worry.
leave the
Hey,
damn dog alone.
if my disability if my disability comes in soon, sweetie, I'll send you a couple bucks. I mean, come on. I worked my whole life in the casino business. What have you done, Twinkle Toes? Because I can't picture you being a ballerina.
Be
I mean,
careful,
an
using twinkle toes could make you racist now, Monkeys, twinkle toes. I don't know. Be careful, Tracy.
Fuck that. I'll call her Monkey Toes. I really push my luck.
Oh,
Oh, God, let's not talk about toes.
yeah.
Oh, my God. Baby Toe Gate went on for ever.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, quit saying that about people. That's not, people that have to stop working due to, because they got cancer. That's not cool, Lord, to say. When
That's
did
cool,
you?
Gravy King.
It's not nice to say that. I mean, people lose their dignity. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
there's
lose.
nothing wrong with women that stay home because their husbands support them. I'm sick of that one too.
Preach.
Because I am one of those wives that get the privilege of staying home and my husband works his ass off. And
Who said that?
are we rich? No, we're not rich. But I do have that privilege. And because my husband works and I stay home, it means I'm a loser and have no life, because this person works, works a full-time job, sells Scentsy, makes candles, owns a YouTube
Samara.
channel.
Now,
She's
full,
better than
fully
all
Sam-
in
of us
jewelry.
that stay
Fully
home.
in
Samara,
jewelry now,
Samara
too.
says she used to park cars. She was once called Valet Babe. And if you want to know what Ask 274's education is, just go look at her freaking roof.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you all a question. Who said that about getting jobs and husbands taking care of them?
Who do
Laura
you
says it
think?
all the time.
Does she
Laura.
realize that Makeup Mobster doesn't work and her husband takes care of her?
She
I
talked
mean,
about you today staying home, how you don't work. Like, what does it matter what income anybody brings, whether we stay home or not? That doesn't make you any better than the next person. Just because you work and you have all these side businesses, it doesn't mean you're any better than Tracy or me
I'm
or
not even
Galloway.
I'm not even sure she works anymore. I mean, I'd love to have a job where I could sit online all day
Mm-hmm.
and make money off super chats. And boy, was she triggered about serendipity super chats. She was triggered.
Why do you think she went live to do a reaction? Because she
Yep.
was triggered by Sarah's, super chat. She gets triggered if anybody is gaining money off of her name and it's not in her pocket. And I agree, Sarah. I worked all my life until I got hurt. I worked 40 hours a week. I'm sorry that, I got hurt and my husband picked up the slack. I'm very grateful that my husband's able to work and I'm able to stay home. But that doesn't make me a loser because I stay home and I have time on my hands.
I just
I'm
want to
so
know,
sick of hearing that.
how does she know any of Tracy's personal business, that she lives free somewhere? Like, I've
Yeah.
known Tracy just as long as her.
She
And
lives free. Her vet
yeah,
is
she
free.
doesn't pay any bills. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, she knows more about Tracy than Tracy.
Yeah.
She knows about herself.
Yeah. They don't realize that. I pay, for health insurance. I pay for co-payments. I do pay for vet bills. Contrary to popular belief, I don't have a free vet.
But yet
what?
again, it's nobody's business.
No,
Nobody's
it's not.
business. It's not like you're doing lives talking about, your financial life, so it's nobody's business. Laura, everything you talk about is because you bring it to the public. That's what you do. That's what you choose to do. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to do. But when you bring it to a public platform and then you sit there and bitch that people are talking about it, what do you think they're going to do? You don't want us talking about your life or anything. Like, I died laughing when I heard that she's making a pool. She's making a pool out of a trampoline. She's putting a trampoline, the base of a trampoline, and she's putting a tarp in it, and that's going to be her pool. I died laughing. I'm going to talk about it because she brought it up publicly. If you don't want people talking about your shit, don't bring it public.
Or don't watch us.
Or don't watch us. That's another. It's kind of funny, because I know what I usually get on a normal live, and to sit here and see 113 people in here, Laura and all her Patreons are sitting there watching me, because if I was talking about crime, they sure the hell wouldn't be over here. They're only over here to make sure they can send their master all the goods, so she has something to go live about tonight.
Well, and here's my thing. If I could turn back time and I could not get cancer and I could not lost everything I owned, and not have a freaking hernia the size of a basketball, and I could still be working. I would trade it. I would trade it for, well, I wouldn't trade it for Ballet Babe's life because it just seems miserable.
Yeah. They're
Will it
all
be held
questions.
together with Scentsy
Yeah,
wax?
they're all talking. So she said on her live that she went on to like a Facebook sell place and got a trampoline frame. Not even the trampoline, just the frame. And she had watched a YouTube video on how to make a pool out of it. So
I watched it too.
she is literally taking it, putting a tarp in it. How she's gonna filter it, Ems, no clue. I haven't watched the video, but she is making a pool, a DIY pool in her backyard. Yes.
I wish her the best of luck. I
Yeah.
mean, I hope that pool turns out. But I did go on Amazon and they do have pools. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. They do have pools. They do sell them.
they're a little pricier right now because, a lot of people ran out and got pools. But I found a really nice one for like $3.49 or something. Well,
And I'm
with all
sorry,
the
I
money
wouldn't
that she
pay.
brags about making,
And she bought the frame for $50. Who would buy a trampoline frame for $50? In my opinion, I would want the whole trampoline for $50, not just the frame. But that's just me. That's just me. I don't know.
yeah,
But
I
it's
mean,
her money. She can do
maybe
what she wants.
yeah, maybe she'll be able to hook up a pump to it. I don't know. I watched the video and it ended with some kids walking around with
Yeah,
about
other people's content.
an inch of water in the pool. It wasn't even filled up yet. So
This
I
is a
don't know.
project because you're searching. In other words, it would be like if you want to grow your channel, you go look for things like baking
Oh, I love
a
that
certain
show.
type.
I love that show. Remember that you used to they let people go to like flea markets and they gave them X amount of dollars and they would buy really cool shit and convert it into other really cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree,
I'm just
Sabrina.
saying, it's just instead of talking about, those three people, instead of, I was just using the pool as an example of things that you bring on your platform and you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This is a public platform. You bring it out, we're going to talk about it. Everybody's going to talk about it. But then you complain when people talk about it. Well, then don't bring it to the public. Keep it. I don't sit here and talk about my kids and my grandkid and my husband and all that because I don't want people to use that. So I don't bring it out to the public, And then this was the other thing, like I said, the other thing I found funny is that she was talking about how everybody's bringing up the suicide with Randy, like I said earlier, why does that have to keep getting talked about? I've already said sorry, blah, blah, blah. But my question to her then, why do we constantly have to hear how many CPS calls you've had? How many times you've been put on the dirty, and how many times you've had a glitter bomb sent to you? We've heard it a million times. We got it. We know what has happened. Why do we have to keep discussing that? Why does that constantly have to be brought up?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't understand it. I don't. But I'm sure she'll have a reaction video to this one, and I'm sure it'll be as good as her last one.
Yeah. No, she doesn't watch me. I'm annoying. Remember, my voice is annoying.
Yeah,
She
that's
don't
right.
watch me. We're
That's
free
right. I
game
forgot.
here. We can talk
forgot.
about anything we want, guys. It won't go to her.
Good.
So when she brings me up tonight, can I say she's a liar? When my name gets brought up tonight, I'll be able to say, guess what? You lied yet again. Damn. Hey, Kiki.
Well, like I
Jenna's
said,
the biggest Capone, whoever Capone is, anyways, saying something. I didn't see his comment, but her saying, "Don't even go there." Jenna's the biggest flip flopping something, and whatever she said. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay,
I
she's doing true crime this week. Like,
right.
what's, I
I
don't get
I
it.
I've gone live twice this week other than my true crime. The other two times I went live, I talked about bears, I talked about the weather, I talked about my swing. We did not bring up drama at all. I barely talk about Laura. I very rarely do. But every now and then you just have to get a good laugh, because she's a joke. Sorry, she is. She's a joke. And sometimes I
Who
need to bring her up.
who's that person in her chat called the judge or something like that?
I don't
What's it
know.
called?
I
I
don't know.
don't
I don't
know.
watch her.
Wasn't there a number after it? The Judge 2 or something like that?
Hey,
Oh
Jenny.
no. They just said Tracy sends her son money and he's not using. Yeah, right. First judge, do you know my son? Do you know how much money I send him and how often? I mean, what do you know? What do you know? So once again, let's attack somebody's addiction because, well, that's all you all know how to do over there. Not to judge. Is that, yeah? I don't even know who that is, but they've been saying for a long time they were going to expose me for everything, which so is Valley Babe. What are you going to expose? Can you just trust me? I fought with Brian St. John for 12 years. There's nothing he hasn't exposed. So,
Oh,
and
that was another thing that was brought up today in her reaction video was about your relationship with Brian. That, now you don't drag Brian because you guys are secretly friends now, is why you don't drag Brian anymore.
well,
That's why.
Brian was just in her chat the other day
Yeah.
because Nenny poked at him the whole time he was in there.
Yeah, and isn't that funny? Because I can remember back in the day, Ninny having an uproar if Brian was going to be in that chat. She wasn't going to support Laura. She couldn't support anybody that would allow him in the chat. But now he's allowed in the chat, and Ninny can just poke at him. Isn't that funny? But Ninny
Gravy
doesn't lie either.
Gravy K, and I always liked Gravy K. I never had a problem with her. She says,
Mm-mm.
Jenna, I like you. You were always kind to me, but life is short. Spend your time wisely.
Absolutely.
Well, Gravy, can I ask you a question? I mean, you're a big supporter of Laura's. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think Laura is wasting her life doing this shit too? I mean, just an honest question.
Because I would have to say, hands down, she talks about me more than I ever talk about her. Because, I mean, hands down. So I would have to say that Laura would need to spend her time wisely more than I can. Because trust me, I don't want to spend my time talking about her. I really don't, because there's not much to talk about. I mean, we all know, well, I'll keep that to myself. But anyways, but she talks about me way more than I talk about her.
Well, like I said, the only
Gooba,
time
I'm good. Sorry.
only time I really address Laura is when she tells a lie. It
Yep.
just so happens she lies a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not my fault. If she quits lying, she wouldn't get addressed. So,
I mean, honestly, Gravy K, can you answer that? I mean, in all reality. I just started my channel. I think I've talked about Laura maybe on 5 times on my hand. Maybe 6. And ever since I left, she brings up Galloway, Tracy, me, Sarah, almost every live. So how is it that we gotta spend our time wisely? Wouldn't you think she needs to too?
she said yes, but I don't know if she meant yes to that question.
Right. Because I know when I talk about her, it's because she has talked about me because I'm reacting to something she says. something that somebody sent me that I feel like I have to address. Because trust me, I do not want to be on here talking about Laura at all. That is not a fun subject for me. There's nothing fun about talking about her. Hey, Motor Gaming.
No, really what it boils down to is if Laura would just quit lying about us, then there would be nothing to address. I mean, there would be absolutely nothing to address.
Exactly.
But like I said earlier, it seems like everybody can go on their panel and address anything they like. But when I go on my panel or you go on your panel or Serendipity or anybody else, then we're obsessed, we're stalkers. I don't get it. Why can Makeup Mobster, Tiffany Marie, Laura, I mean, they can all go on their panel and talk about whatever they want. But if any of us go on our panel and talk, then we're obsessed.
Mm-hmm. Gravy Case said, honestly, I barely keep up with this stuff. I can only speak for myself. I like you guys, but I like Laura too. And that's fine, Gravy K. You can like Laura. None, I don't think any of us have ever said nobody could be in here if you like Laura. Like, you can absolutely like Laura and like us. But we'll say the same thing that Laura says. You know, how is it fair that, you know, she can talk about us, but we clap back and we're just, you know, we're just building off of her, channel building off of her. I mean, she said that a couple of times about Tracy today. Tracy was only around to channel build. She was a
Hello,
patron,
Goomba.
you know. Hi, anime guy.
Well, here's the thing. All I ever heard out of Laura is the haters built their channel off of hating her. So, how did my channel was built before I left her. So, I mean, not as big as it is now, but how did I build my channel off of supporting her and the haters built their channel off of hating her? So, does everybody on YouTube build their channel off Laura?
In her opinion, yes. In her opinion, she thinks that everything is about her. Everybody built their channel off of her. Everybody, it's all about Lori. She's the most fabulous person on YouTube, and she has done it all for all of us. None of us have put our own work in and built our channels with our own content. It's always that, you know, we built it for her.
Salute,
on her.
salute. Says Nenny C was trashing a lot of people. Well, Nenny C had the opportunity to take a link this morning, and she just wouldn't do it.
Yes, Gravy K, you can come up.
I'm gonna let Gravy K come up because I got to take my dog out to potty. Gravy or Ballet Babe, please don't call dog welfare on me because I let my dog go out and potty by herself. Okay, but I gotta open the door for her because she doesn't have thumbs. All right.
Well, be careful, Tracy. Don't let them come.
Okay. Well.
All right.
I'll be in the chat and
okay.
Thanks for letting me up, and I'll see you guys around the tubes. Wait till you see my Patreon gifts. Oh my God. I'm talking Tiffany. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I mean, so excited.
All right. All right.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye. Right, thank you. Nini asked for a link, and once I figured it out, I put her in the chat twice for her, and I don't know why she didn't take it. From what I heard, Gravy K, your camera's on. I don't know if you want it on.
Well, I don't really care.
Your
but,
camera's on.
Here, I'll turn it off.
Okay.
There, how's that? Okay.
Well, it's fine. I just didn't know if you wanted it on. From what I saw in
chase
chat,
everybody away. Good God.
No, you didn't. No, you're fine, Gravy K. You're fine. But let me answer Sarah. From what I saw in chat, Sarah, she thought about taking the link and then basically chickened out and went to Laura's instead. But okay, go ahead, Gravy K. What's up? And thank you for coming up. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I'm like, well, just for a second there, it was breaking up. So I was having a hard time. I wasn't really sure what you were saying. Listen, I don't have anything, to say except we were talking about fish, and I have a koi pond, and and you all have no concept of keeping a bunch of fish alive, but I have done it successfully for 20 years. So anybody out there needs some, what do you call it? Koi, pond, goldfish, whatever. I'm talking about pond. I'm your gal. So can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
I can.
Right,
I don't know anything about fish, so I can't contribute to it. I have no idea about fish.
And the only other thing is, listen, I'm so glad you let me up here. You're so kind. I mean, I want people to know, and I mean this with all my heart. Jenna, you were actually one of the kindest people when I very first came into Patreon with Laura. And this is all before the Kim Brule,
Yes,
psych
I
and
do
me.
remember
Yes,
that.
okay, all
Yep.
right. Well, I don't
I
need to
do
go into all that.
remember all that.
Yes, okay. And it just kind of threw me for a loop, but you're always very kind. And when I say that, I mean, I just look, I don't know any other way to say this except that of everybody at the time I came in, the people that seemed the most solid, and I'm not trying to start a fight here. I'm really not.
No.
But Galway was one of them, and I really didn't ever see you pop in like the other ones did. You were always sort of, I saw you more as the tech person, that
Right.
you were just always making sure everything was running right. And
Right.
but it wasn't too long after I actually came in that a lot of you left. I don't think it was because of me. I just think
No.
it was
Not at all. Not at
timing
all.
is
No.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
So you know
You just
was-
felt that
it
I
was
was
really
very
hard.
solid.
I gotta tell you,
I
it
was very solid with Laura, and you
You
just
were.
felt like I was going to always be there. So it's shocking you to
Yeah, it
see
was.
me not with Laura anymore, and
Yeah.
to see me talking negatively about her. Is that what you're trying to
Yeah,
say?
it was. I mean,
And I can
listen,
see that. I mean, I was very loyal to Laura. I was up until
Yeah.
the day I left. I was very loyal to Laura, and I did at one point tell everybody if I left, I would not talk about Laura. I wouldn't drag Laura. I wouldn't,
right.
But to me, I don't
Right.
view what I'm doing as dragging her. Dragging her would be picking on her looks. Dragging her would be picking
Yeah.
on her voice. That's how,
Yeah.
what I'm doing is bringing, when I discuss Laura, it's about the truth. Every time I discuss her, I discuss the private chats. Everything I said about those private chats was absolutely true. When I've discussed, the perfume when she sent to me, yes, that was true. It's like, so to me, I feel like Laura hurt me, because I was so good to her. I was so loyal to her. And she did not give me the same back. And now, when I go live and I'll talk about, the truth about the secret chats, or her saying she didn't drop people's names in chats and she didn't look people up, that's a lie. She did do those things. She did do those things, and she needs to own that she's done those things. And it wasn't looking up people that were threatening her. It wasn't looking up people that, she felt like would risk her family. She was looking them up to generally look them up. And that's what makes me mad. And when I point out those truth things, she comes back with mean things. She comes back that now I'm useless. I'm a CUNT. My voice is annoying. But when I was with her and I was her tech girl and I was her, in all the chats, I was her good friend. And now, because I'm speaking the truth, now I'm the dirt on the bottom of her shoe. And that's what bothers me. Why do I have to be the dirt on the bottom of your shoe because I'm saying what's true? And she knows it's true.
Well, can I just say this honestly? I mean, truthfully, you don't have to believe me. You all don't know me. I mean, oh my God, the other day, very that I'm. What? How did she refer to me? Oh, I'm. God, what did she refer to me as? I'm nasty. I mean,
You're nasty.
okay. Listen. Yeah, that I'm nasty. Well, nasty. Well, be like nasty. I might be that kind of nasty, but I'm certainly not YouTube nasty. And
Hey, Long Island girl. You're breaking up a little, Gravy K.
Hey.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, Galloway.
I just wanted to point something out real quick.
Sure.
Hey.
I've never heard anybody say anything bad about you. Nobody talks about you. Nobody talks about Galway. Nobody talks about any of this stuff. That's the truth.
They don't,
I mean,
but Laura does.
Maybe
but
I'm letting the cat out of the bag here.
But can you hear? Yes, but can you hear Amanda?
Yeah, I just want to point something out real quick.
No.
I was going to take a nap. Oh, she can't hear me?
No, wait a minute. Now I can. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Laura, the whole time anybody ever brings anything up from our secret chats, she said it was done in private, and it was. I don't bring it up at all anymore. Like Laura and I don't even hardly argue, right? But today she brought up something that I said about Makeup Mobster's brother. Never actually did it as a defense. Wasn't all that stuff done in private? Like, that was the big thing. It was said in private. It was done. Nothing was ever done. It was just said. But today,
it's private to me because I don't know anything about it. So.
Well, I wasn't just saying that to you. I mean, no. I'm pointing it out. I wanted to.
Right. No, she's bringing this out because Laura brought it up publicly today. She's not talking about you, Gravy K, knowing. She's talking about in general.
I know. Yeah.
I'm
just
Laura
and I don't really
in general,
argue.
Nobody is like behind the scenes talking a bunch of shit.
But are you in the secret chat? Are you in the secret chat, Gravy K?
I'm sure I'm not.
Right.
If there's a secret chat, I don't know about it, and I'm not in it. So, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can just be 100% honest. I talk shit with my friends. It's totally fine. We're not like plotting or planning. We talk shit. We're women, a bunch of women, and there's a few men in a big group. Okay. Or not a big group, like a group. We all talk shit, whatever. I don't even care about the shit talking. I just think it was totally hypocritical today after all the times Laura sat up there and said, yeah, but I did this in private. That is a joke in private. I didn't contact Makeup Mobster's brother. It was an offhanded remark that I'm not apologizing for again. I've said I'm sorry 500 times. Today it was brought up because they literally have nothing else to use. I just think the same rules should apply for everybody, right? That's all.
Yeah, I don't know about any of this.
This is from today.
Well, I'm not trying to defend or get in the middle of or whatever. I really just, I don't know. I kind of feel like, sometimes I'm like, got my nose pressed up against the glass looking in, and don't really, it's not that I don't know, maybe I just choose not to know. I just think a lot of just so much time and information is wasted on, I don't know, stuff to me that doesn't make much sense because
Yeah, like
I don't
today
know. To me,
I've
it's
been
kind
like,
of exhausting.
no, I've been like trying to do my, recovery stuff, but every single live today, Makeup Mobster went live about something that had nothing to do with me. I get
How
brought
can
up like,
people just 24/7 have nothing else to do but like be upset with somebody? I mean, I would have to be like on Valium
I
24/7 or
just said
something.
that yesterday. I just said, man, everybody's so angry. Can we calm down a little bit? Like, everyone's
I
very
know, it's
angry.
ridiculous. Listen, I like Jenna, I like Galway, I like Sarah. I mean, it's like sometimes I'll be in a room and people are just chatting and I'm afraid to just say, "Hey, yeah, that's right," because I know I'm going to be you know nailed to the cross. And I don't really get that cuz I don't really understand what it's all about. I guess that's the bottom line with me is I'm the
Well,
kind of person that puts a pin in it.
Salute.
Now,
Are you
listen,
hold on 1 second, Gravy K. Salute. Are you up here as Sunset Lover? I dropped the link for
you can hit the 3 dots like on the side and it'll,
yeah, and it
yeah.
says authenticated with YouTube, but I don't know who this is. It's free something. Free Finity.
It's
I hope it's
probably a real
a
name.
penis because I'd like to see one. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It says they're authenticated, but I
If
don't
they're
know.
authenticated, it's usually okay. It's the ones that are not authenticated because usually, but they're saying you're getting trolled. So
Yeah, I
maybe I
am.
wouldn't.
Oh,
Maybe I wouldn't.
I've been kicking them. They've been jumping up on my panel left and right. I've been kicking them, but that was the only one I didn't know.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is. People do get upset more, like if their addiction is thrown up. That's a trigger for me. Not even, not because it's going to upset me, but because so many other people get upset.
Uh-huh.
Or a suicide or kids. You got the same rule should apply for everybody. I don't know why something I said 2 years ago that I've immensely apologized for as being thrown up as a drama now. I don't get it.
I don't either. Because you've been leaving Laura alone, for Laura to throw that up today, it's like I don't understand it. And it's true. I mean, I don't know if it's the corona and everybody's been trapped in their house or what it is, but everybody has just gone above and beyond. Not everybody, but people are just being nasty, like above being nasty. Where does that line come, where is that line? There's so many disgusting things being said on a daily.
No, I agree. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of nasty I heard this morning, I've never. I, I was shocked. The stuff that I heard,
Yeah.
and ridiculous.
And it's people that we had, that are respected in this community. They're not as respected as they used to be, but it's sad to see. It's sad to see that people that were very highly respected in this community are now like throwing out daggers, below
Yeah,
daggers.
that's what I said too. It was like people that you, like a couple months ago, you just respected the heck out of, or like bringing up stuff that they never would have. Because I had nothing to do with why Makeup Mobster went live, but I was brought up 100 times. My addiction again, like, leave me alone.
Hi, Stephanie.
No, I was just
Yeah,
reading.
I agree.
Yeah, I kick myself off. That's how good at this I am. No, look,
But
I'm not
we're
arguing
never
about
going
any
to
of
get
that.
it
And I
to
got to tell you,
stop.
I think it is. Yeah, I guess. I guess I
But you have to
I
see
guess.
from our point of
I,
view, Gravy K. Like, how is it okay for somebody to sit there and talk about us daily, even if they're not talking about us behind the scenes? Okay, let's just say because you're not seeing that, but you are seeing
okay.
it when they go live. You are seeing that. If you, I don't know if you watched her reaction today,
Well,
but I
not
was
to the
not involved
degree
in
that
that.
you're describing.
No, but today I was not even involved in the live that she was reacting to. My name, Mandalin's
I didn't
name,
see today's live.
Galloway's name, no, none of us should have got brought up. None of us. But yet she brought every single one of us up today, and
Yeah,
there
see,
was
I
no
didn't
need
see
for
any
it.
of that.
Right. So then we decide to go
Yeah.
live to talk about it. And then we get told that we're the bad ones. We shouldn't be talking about it. Why are we always bringing it up? But today, we were not even involved in the live that she was reacting to, but yet she had to bring up Mandalin's thing from the past in a private chat. She had to sit there and say, she doesn't watch me because my voice is annoying. She had to make it out like Galloway is some shady person on YouTube that takes screenshots and records everything. Like, but we're not supposed to say anything back.
Well, I understand, but I guess what my question is, and this is just completely, I would say the same thing if Laura was in here. What's the end game? I mean, what is the end game? Because that's where I get lost, and I just every now and then I just leave because it's like I can leave and come back in, I don't know, 2 weeks. And it is almost, it's like I didn't lose any time because
Right.
the same conversations are going down. So
Hmm.
my question is, what is the end game? I mean,
You would have
if
to. Why you? I don't think
this is just another
we.
day in the life of,
I mean, in all reality, I would say that would be a
is
great
it just to
question
be
to ask Laura.
perpetuating that you hate Laura, you um, you did
I don't
this, she
hate.
did
I
that?
don't hate. I don't hate
I
Laura,
don't
but
know. To me,
you, but
as
but
much
Gravy
as
K,
it
you
probably
can't
is
say.
exciting to people, it becomes excruciatingly boring to me.
But I get that. I
So,
agree.
you
I
know,
agree. When there's hate after hate after hate after hate, it gets boring.
and this
But
isn't,
just
I
because
don't
you
know
haven't
if
seen
you can hear
Laura's
me or
live
not.
today, just because you
Hold
haven't
on.
seen Laura's
Like
I
I
live,
don't.
lurker asked Laura. I don't have to
Uh,
ask anybody. I'm
I don't
just
think she can
saying,
hear us.
what is the end
can you
game? I
hear
mean, at
Gravy
some
Kate? Can
point,
you?
isn't there one? I mean, everybody hates Trump. Some people hate Biden. Some people want to, but at the end of the road, somebody's going to get elected. Okay. And then it's
Gravy K,
done.
can you hear us?
So my point is,
I don't think she can. I'm
what's
going
the
to
end
kick her
game
and she
here?
can get brought back
Because
in. She can't hear
Yeah.
us. Gravy K,
Yeah.
we were trying to talk to you, but you can't hear us. I'm going to send you the link again and you can come back in. I only kicked you because you couldn't hear us.
Yeah. I don't have an interest in being Laura's friend or talking to her. I have zero interest in all at her. Like, the only reason that I'm pissy today is because all we hear is, that was said in a private chat. Why is that being brought up? I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And I've said I'm sorry, which is more than you've ever done. Mentally apologize to everybody. I'm not apologizing again. For some reason, that was brought up because you had nothing left. My addiction gets brought up. Um, you know, my kids. I don't have an interest in Laura either way. None. I'd rather her just forget my name, all of them.
Exactly. Because if she could forget my name, I would not talk about her. Turkish, I already did that live. If you go back into my lives, you'll see it. I have it listed as House of Horrors. Gravy, can you hear us now?
Now I can. Yeah.
Can you hear it, Gravy?
Okay.
Okay, good.
What
Yeah,
I
can
was
you hear
saying,
me?
Gravy. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what I was trying to say when you couldn't hear me is, okay, you might have not have saw Laura's live
Right.
today, but you've been watching Laura's lives for a
No, I
while,
didn't.
right? No, you've been watching them
Yes,
for a
but
while,
not as
correct?
consistently as you might think. Okay.
Right, but every time you watch her live, honestly, is she doing anything constructive, or is it about talking about somebody else?
I don't agree with everything. Here's my stand on this. Okay. I don't agree with everything Laura says or everything Laura does, but what I do appreciate and and impressed with, whether it meets everyone in the chat's criteria, which doesn't really matter to me, is that I'm impressed with the fact that this woman gets up every day and fights with everybody that is out there. Because I got to tell you, if I had to do this on a day in and day out basis, I'd be out of here. I would be like, this is like, so I don't.
See, for
I'm
me,
not
it's
here
not.
to
For
like.
me, I don't believe that she's fighting with everybody. I think she's causing the fights, and that's
Well,
where me and you are different.
well,
Yeah,
I
because I
You
mean,
think
haven't.
she's defending
well,
it.
that could
I
be.
think she's causing it.
She even said today, like, well, Manny Lynn really hasn't done anything to me, but it went on to run her mouth about me because of Makeup Mobster. Not an issue that her and I have. I don't have an issue with Laura either way. I don't want nothing to do with her. I'm not her friend, okay? I haven't talked about her. I've made it a point to skirt around her name because I just don't care either way, honestly. And I just felt like it was not going anywhere. So I stopped it. I quit talking about her altogether. And it doesn't matter. She just still keeps going on and on and on.
Correct. And that's my thing. I know you're saying that you like that she's in there day in, day out fighting with everybody. But for us, for the
Yeah, and
people
I
that
think at
she's
one
talking
point you did
about,
too. I
right.
think at one point you did too.
Yeah,
I mean, come
absolutely. There
on.
was a point. Yes, there was a point, but then it got to a point where
Yeah,
I
so I
was
don't think
seeing
this is
that she
like
was
such an
causing,
unusual position to take.
right. But then it got to a point where I was
Look,
seeing that she was
I'm not new to
causing it.
this. I've been doing this full time since November of 2019. It is August. I got what? September, October, November. I'll be there a year. I mean, it's not like I'm some virgin chick. The difference is I'm not interested in being like just in a fight for the sake of being in a fight. And so you don't see me, and you know that's true.
Right.
I don't go in lots of chats trying to stir stuff. I don't. I listen.
Either
I
do
watch you
I.
guys. I listen. And sadly, I saw many of you leave, and it was hard for me. I got to tell you, it was hard for me because I had gotten to be friendly with some of you all, and then poof, you were gone, and you're like on this
And
opposing side. And then it
and
was like, oh, okay, I
But what you got
guess
to understand, Grady,
we're
is like
not
for
friends
me, and
anymore. And I didn't come into this to look for, some side to take. I just came in because it was entertaining and lots of people were, you know, involving themselves. And I was involved in this fucking
but
nightmare
I'm not
of the
but I'm not
analyzer
on no
bullshit. And I wanted away from it.
but
And
I'm not
it
on
seemed
any
like
side either.
a
no,
breath of
I'm
fresh
not on a
air, to be
side.
perfectly honest.
I'm not
And
on a side. You
it
don't see
saddens
me in
me.
chat.
I don't
You
care. I'm not reading the
you can't
chat,
hear
so
us
I
again.
don't care what anybody says as far as who they like, who they
Gravy,
don't
can you
like.
hear us?
If they like me,
She
if
she
they
can't hear
hate
us
me,
again.
if
oh
they
my God, StreamYard sucks.
She,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't think that Gravy understands that I was also friendly with a lot of the Patreons that ended up leaving later. So it wasn't
right.
hard to like reconnect. And a lot of people had never even had a conversation. It's not switching sides. But when
It's
you go
not
to make amends with somebody, that maybe like one of your friends is friends with, it's easier to become friendly with that. It doesn't mean you're a flip-flopper. It just means that you put your differences aside. You seen somebody in a different light than you might have seen them in a month ago. After having a conversation, isn't that what adults do? Or
To me, I stopped fighting for me. It wasn't even that, because half the people that I wasn't talking to or I was talking bad about never even talked about me or did anything to me. I was literally white knighting, so to speak, for Laura, because Laura didn't like those people. So when I left, I decided I wasn't going to do that anymore, that I was going to get to know people, not necessarily go to a side. I already knew Laura's side. I knew all the people on Laura's side. When I left Patreon, it was hard to leave because of the people I met, not necessarily for Laura. It was the people I met in Laura's Patreons that made it hard for me to leave. Then I didn't know the people on the other side because I was white knighting for Laura, and because Laura didn't like them, I didn't like them. And I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to get to know these people for myself. And that's what I did. So I don't think it's a side for me. To me, it's not. I'm getting to know the side that Laura decided to make another side.
Absolutely. I didn't even know a lot of the people, and I didn't just jump to another side. I left the whole internet for 3 freaking months.
Yes, you
and
did.
Grieved a lot of friendships that I slowly, it wasn't like I just said, oh, I'm leaving Laura's and tomorrow I'm going to go to the other side. No, I made good friends. Hate the side stuff.
Yes, Gravy K. You keep getting cut off and then you can't hear us, and then StreamYards is sucking, or I don't know if it's your internet or what, but you keep getting cut off. I did drop the link again, but I don't know. You last like 5 minutes and then you get cut off. Go ahead, Manda. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, a lot of people don't just leave today. A lot of people don't even know anybody leaves for like a couple months, and they start coming around. I've seen it time and time again. It's not, but it's okay to make friends with people you didn't even know why you didn't like them. You didn't know why you hated them.
Right. Yeah. And now there's Patreons that are leaving that are scared to death to even come into our chats because they don't want to happen to them what has happened to all of us. And that isn't because of us. And I know Gravy K, is having a hard time seeing that part of it, but it's true. Like you get caught in our chats, Laura is going to drag you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's happened time and time and time again. She's coming up again. Let's try it.
It's insanity. You're okay. I came back from my internet break to like 20 something lives about me being blamed for some Instagram account that I wasn't. These horrible, I don't even want to talk about all I'm not bringing that stuff up, but I didn't even have anybody to turn to because I hadn't made friendships yet. You know what I mean?
Right. And she had you labeled. You were gone for a month. So everybody kind of looked at you leery, because she had built this big persona about you that made even anybody leery about you, which wasn't fair to you.
Absolutely.
That was you had the hardest road, I think, out of all the Patreons. Out of all
and I mean, I've worked hard to get to like the friendships and the respect that I got. And so when she does bring my addiction up or something that I did 2 years ago and tries to make it sound more recent, I am going to speak out and say, because I have worked hard, and there's a chance that somebody that she's talking to might not know that was almost 2 years ago, So I am going to defend it, but I don't have an interest in it. The fighting all the time. Like I actually am trying to focus on my recovery stuff, but every time they go live, my name gets brought up.
Right.
Every single time.
And just like I've been working on my true crime stuff. And I mean, I know that you came in here, Gravy, to say, why do we keep doing it? But in all reality, for me, the only reason I don't watch Laura, oh, she's gone. You're probably listening, Gravy. I don't watch Laura. I am not sub to Laura. I separated myself completely. every now and then I'll get information that she's talking about me. Some things bother me, some things I laugh about. But she
Me
talks
too.
about me on a daily. And she talks about Mandolin on a daily, and she talks about everybody on a daily. And we get to a point that we have to react. Now, I think we react better than the way Laura reacts. We don't call her names. We don't, we
No,
don't,
I've been
we don't.
trying not to even like. I'm not going to waste yelling,
Hmm.
screaming. I've been just laughing about a lot. I mean, we get off
Yeah.
for jokes and minutes, but I laugh. I laugh about 80% of it because it's like I know it's not true. It's ridiculous, and you go on and keep thinking that.
Right, exactly. But your question on where it ends, I think that question really needs to be directed to the person that constantly has our names in her mouth, and that would be Laura. And that I'm just giving you my honest opinion on that. If you want to know
Yep.
when does it end, I think that is a question you have to ask Laura. And
Yep.
I think your answer is going to be an answer you're not going to like, because she's going to tell you to fuck off. She's going to tell you it's not her. And if you actually watch everything, you're going to see that it really is her. I hope this is Mario. I know she was getting let's see. It is authenticated. All right, Mario. Let's cross
Yeah,
our fingers.
I gotta
It's
jump down.
me.
I'm gonna go
I
live
know.
later. But I'm
All
gonna
right,
You
jump
man.
always find
down.
me.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
you're
coming on.
going live at 9, right?
Yes,
Tonight?
and me and
You and
Ash are gonna go
Ash?
live. Yeah, we're gonna go
Hey,
live at
Okay.
9.
Mandy.
All right,
Okay.
bye. I'll be in the chat. Bye.
Bye. Hey,
So,
Mary.
so this is the very first time I am speaking on this ever. Only a couple people know this. I wasn't Laura's Patreon.
You
Back,
were.
yes, people don't know that. Back a year ago, April.
Wow.
And I know nobody really knows this. But I left because of some things. But the very first time you can ask MGL, she'll attest to this. The very first time I super chatted MGL, I got a Facebook message from who saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Why are you super chatting her? You hate her." I never
Yeah.
said I hated her.
Yeah.
I never said that. I said maybe I don't agree with some of the stuff she said, but I never said I hated her. And so I think that's what people are afraid of.
Yep.
And obviously I blocked her ASAP on my Facebook. I closed down I blocked, and I felt so bad. I blocked a lot of people that day when I left, like Winky Whispers, as a matter of fact, like really, Tawanda. I blocked so many people. You really are afraid.
You are, because she absolutely, and it's sad to me because these people come on YouTube for some sort of escape, some sort of whatever reason, loneliness, whatever the reason is, and they came in being a Patreon, and now they left, and now they don't speak
Stephanie, I
anywhere.
blocked everybody I could. I didn't know who not to block because I
Right.
didn't want to hear anything. And
Yeah,
it
and
literally,
now
ask Winky Whispers. It's only been in the last 2 months that I've learned how to unblock people that I've had blocked for 18 months. How pathetic is that?
like I feel bad for Gravy K tonight. I really do. Because she had the courage enough to come to my panel, to come on my panel.
No,
She
Brit.
has said nothing bad about Laura. Nothing. But I bet you she is going to get a ration of shit for being on my panel tonight. And that's horrible. I feel bad.
See, look what Tawanda wrote. She got so many of those texts. Why are you super chatting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like, I don't have to answer. I am however old I was. I'll say that. Like, I don't have to answer to anybody. Like,
No.
of where I spend my money.
Nope.
So I think people are really scared of that. And I'm telling you, this is the first. MGL's probably in shock right now. I've never told anybody, and it really did happen. And I mean, Laura doesn't. I mean, we're cordial, I guess. I don't spew hate out,
Right.
but I knew, like, no, this isn't. I think it was a time. It was at the time when she changed over to Sopranos, and I just didn't. And I'm from New Jersey, North Jersey, so I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of
Exactly.
that kind of
Exactly.
thing.
But she does do that. And I know there
Oh,
are
look,
people.
Ginger Locke's mom probably doesn't even know that, and we know each other in real life. See?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I never knew. Never knew. I was with
Right.
Laura for over a year and a half. I got in March. So you came in right after me, and I had no idea that
And
you
I
were a
left,
patron.
like,
Mhm.
yeah, 5
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
I
It's
left.
crazy.
You know who I left with? I left with Donna Marie.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
remember the day Donna Marie left.
yeah. I think we left at the same time.
Yep, I remember the day Donna Marie left. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's the hard part. I mean, I know Laura denies that she does those things, but she does. She might not, she'll message you and say, "Why are you in that chat? Why are you talking? Why are you super chatting?"
Yes, so I had you blocked forever because I didn't know how to unblock, to be honest
Mhm.
with you. Like, I just didn't.
But that's sad that you had to block all these people because you didn't know what you were going to get. You didn't know who was going to come at you for
Right.
leaving or for super chatting or who Laura would tell to make them mad at you. And that's horrible. And that's what really happens behind the scenes. And I
It
know
is.
Laura doesn't want people to know that. And a lot of people haven't experienced that yet. But when it happens, don't say we didn't tell you, because it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that,
So
yeah.
this is the first time I'm sharing my story. It's just a little story. I wasn't a Patreon very long, 6 weeks maybe. But in my gut, I'm like, when she changed into the Sopranos thing, I just wasn't for it. And I left. And I remember Donna Marie leaving. She might have left for her own reasons. We never discussed it.
And that's even more sad to me because you were only in there 6 weeks. She barely knew you. And she's coming at you about a super chat that you decided to give of your super chat.
And that's
Yeah.
when I realized, oh my God, I have to even block my Facebook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. I had to block.
Right. Yeah. And that's what happens.
As much as people say MGL's evil, has she done shitty things? Sure. The Rusex, absolutely. Has she atoned? Has she asked for forgiveness? Yes. People forget the 20-minute speech she made on behalf of doxing Makeup Mobster just last week or 10 days ago. People don't realize she did that, but she did.
Sorry, I'm laughing at M's comment.
What?
I can't believe you can hear my crickets, Em. I'm sitting on my porch and she's like, "Do you have a cricket collection?" I can't believe you guys can hear that. I guess
That's
my
funny.
mic is really good. That's funny. Yeah,
funny.
no, I'm sitting out on my porch and the sun's starting to go down, so they're coming out. But go ahead, Mary. Sorry about that.
I mean, it just was like, I was shocked when I got that Facebook message, like, why are you super chatting MGL? I was like, what? However old I am, like, I can super chat or do
it's
whatever
your
I want with
money.
my own money.
Exactly. It's your own money. And Tawanda can attest to that.
Yeah,
Tawanda got it.
knows. Yeah.
Tawanda definitely knows.
I didn't know how to unblock so many people. Like, somebody had to show me, actually. I forget who it was, but then I did unblock. And like, I didn't have Winky Whisper. She's like, what did I ever do to her? She has me blocked. But I just wanted to, like, I just wanted to block everybody that I wanted a fresh start. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, And that
Yeah.
was
And you should be able to leave without having to worry. And it's sad that so many people have left, and look at where it got us. And look at you. You kept your secret a secret for how long? It's been over a year.
oh
And
my God.
obviously
Yeah.
there was a reason you didn't tell that story.
Like
You
Ginger
know what
Luck's
I mean?
mom didn't even know that. And me and Ginger, we actually spend time together and she doesn't even know that.
Right.
MGL does. But yeah, nobody knows that. And so I get people. Like
Mhm.
Tawanda said, she's gotten multiple. Now it only happened to me once and I blocked, the messenger feature. But Tawanda probably got it the worst, to be honest with you, I would imagine, with that.
Yeah. And like Tawanda just said, I got to a point where I secretly had to donate. And if they thanked me publicly, I was in deep doo doo again. And it's true. It's absolutely true. I was in all those secret chats, and let me tell you, when I can remember the point where Tawanda had a wrench in Jay for Justice's chat, and you
Ooh.
would have thought the whole YouTube was, it was the end of YouTube. She was livid that
Yeah.
Wanda had a wrench in Jay for Justice's chat. What does it matter? Everybody knows Tawanda. Everybody knows she has a heart of gold. She goes everywhere. She loves everybody. She wants peace and love and happiness and butterflies. That is Tawanda. And if anybody knew that, Laura knew that. Laura knew that about Tawanda, but Tawanda would get yelled at left and right for doing things, for being in Diane's chat and being in Stephanie Brown's chat, for being anywhere. Just
Right.
saying hi, not even talking about Laura. They could be even having panels where they weren't even talking about Laura, and she would get yelled at. And
Right.
it's horrible. And Laura wants to deny it, but we were all there. All of us were there. We all know that Tawanda got a lot of backlash, and it's horrible.
Yeah, like Tawanda said, she didn't want to stir the pot. So when that happened to me, only one time it happened, I totally, now she didn't have my personal phone number. I know she didn't. And she never doxed me. She knew my real last name, as does other people that infiltrated MGL's Patreon. Know my last name, my real last name. But Laura, after that, that was that, and we never communicated about it again. But I don't even know. I can't remember if I actually responded. Like, I never said I hated her. I just didn't like some of the things she did.
Right.
I said, and for all the evilness, everybody thinks I'm not gonna white knight for her, but I just have a different experience, as does everybody else. So
right.
with that said,
If
I mean,
CCK, let me explain. Yes, she would give us shit, but we didn't take it. The way you see us now, we were strong women then, and we're strong women now. She might have bitched and complained and stuff, but we still did what we wanted. As you can tell, Tawanda continued going into chats. All of us continued. Yes, she would bitch and complain, and we kept it on the down low because our loyalty was with her. But it doesn't mean we necessarily listen, if that makes sense. I don't want you to think that we just allowed her to walk all over us and allowed her to dictate our lives. No, she definitely didn't have that much control, but we did respect her. We were supporting her. We were giving her our money. So we did have a sort of respect for her. So we kept it on the down low. But now that we're gone, we don't want to see other Patreons go through what we went through, and we want other Patreons.
And I don't have like a major story. That's
right.
Just one incident, and I cut it off. I blocked her on my Facebook, and that was it. And I can't say she's torn me to shreds, because she hasn't. But it was kind of eerie when I super chatted MGL. She was in my inbox like, "Why'd you do that? I didn't think you even liked her."
Right.
So that was creepy in
Yeah,
itself.
it was.
And that's all I needed, actually. And then I knew I made the right decision,
Right.
obviously.
Obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
And back then, the lines weren't drawn as they are now.
Right.
You know what
It
I'm saying?
wasn't right. There
No.
wasn't this
So I
side,
did
that
go to other
side.
places as well.
Right, right. It's
So
totally different now. It really is. You should just let people in their own ways. It's not your job to help new Patreons. It's not, but I don't want to feel like if people choose to leave that they can't go somewhere or they're scared to go somewhere. I want them to know that they can come to my chat.
do you know when
Hey, Truth Seeker knows. Yay, you finally made it to a live. I
Marissa
know.
loses Patreons, like a couple say, do you ever hear her talk about it?
Mm-mm.
Never.
No, never. I've never heard
ever.
one Patreon that Molly Golightly has. She
Never.
doesn't talk about who's in there or who's left. I don't even
Well,
know who
there
she
are
has.
people that know because
Right.
they infiltrated our Patreon. But she never tells people who left that month or why, or you don't hear anything about her Patreon. Nothing. Except
Right.
when I win something, I might be like elated. But that's it. And same with other people. You won't even know who's in her Patreon unless, people say something.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Angel Pepper. Jenna Moon, I've been very quiet. I was not a Patreon, but I did support her, and I was also called out for being in other chats. So Angel Pepper wasn't even a Patreon, just a supporter.
Wow.
And she got called out for being in other people's chats.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put my little, because I've never spoken about it.
Thank you so much for coming up here and feeling comfortable.
I don't want to be burned by Laura because we've never, she never dragged me publicly.
Right.
She just sent me that one message and then I blocked her. So for people that want to leave and they're scared, yeah, there has to be because of, your future dictates what the past has been, right?
Correct.
So they're scared, and
right.
I mean, once you get over the hump, then you're good.
Right. You just got to get over that hump. And some of us are still in the hump. Some of us made it clear past the hump, but we just keep trucking on, but I know that Gravy K is like, it's not our job. It's not our job. But as a good person and a person that cares, it's not. But as a good person, as somebody that cares about this community, I feel like I feel like I'm doing the right thing by talking about, I have the right to my experience, right?
About their experiences.
Correct.
And I always say this, you can't speak as a whole. You can only speak about your experience. You know what I'm saying? So your experience and my experience were two different things. Like when I was in there was no Discord. There was just that Facebook Messenger that I felt like was a full-time job at one point. Like, oh my gosh, to keep up with it. So I don't have the same experiences you did. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So people have different experiences, and maybe some people have great experiences. I don't know. Like Gravy K, she's not letting anything bother her, so that's her experience, and we can't discount that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We can't. She has the right to her feelings, just like we have the right to ours.
Exactly.
But how is our feelings wrong? How are we not allowed to speak about our experience?
No. And like I said, we all have different experiences, and we're just saying our experiences, and Gravy K has her own experience, which is separate also. So everybody has different experiences, and nobody, some people have had it rougher. We don't need to name names. But kudos to Gravy K that she's able to like maintain what she's doing.
Right. And be able to go in other chats
Right.
and not get the backlash for that. I give her kudos for that. Absolutely. But not all of us were that lucky. And, and I feel like they have the right to talk about it. Just like Mario felt like tonight was the night that she was going to tell her story, and I appreciate you coming up and telling your story.
Yeah, I never have. Like, I know Gingerlock's mom is like, what the hell? Because when we get together, we don't talk about YouTube, really. We talk about our own stuff. But I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in, and everybody has their own experience. And, that's it. Not every 2 experiences are the same.
You're right.
No?
They're not. They're not.
So, all
Well,
right.
thank you.
Have
Thank
a great
you.
night.
You too. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming up.
Bye.
Bye. That's a good question, Pixie. I would love to see Gravy K go on Laura's panel and ask Laura the same questions she's asking me. Not meaning it meanly, not meaning it with hate, but really, you can't ask one question from one side and not ask the same question to the other side. Because if you have Gravy K, you've done it privately, where here you're doing it publicly. It's 2 different things. We don't get to watch you do that. So mine is okay to do publicly, but with your relationship with Laura, it's okay to do it privately. I'm sorry, Stephanie Brown. Take a deep breath in and out. No, I'm with you, girl. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. No, I'm not saying you have to do it publicly, but can you see where people are coming from? If you do it privately, which you have every right to do it privately, nobody's here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. But you have to see where we're coming from, because if you're choosing to do it privately with Laura, but doing it publicly to me and everybody else in here, that's the question you're going to get from people in here. How come you're asking us? Because we don't know that you did that privately. We wouldn't know that. So in our eyes, it looks like you haven't done it at all. So Jenna Moon, just say, this is your business. Oh, I lost it. This is your business and how you pay bills. And then it's all entertainment. Preach, girl. Yes. Laura's big thing is cam up, cam up, cam up. But when you do come up, she makes fun of your looks and everything else. So I don't know where you're supposed to go with that. Or she doesn't cam up with you. If we can remember correctly, there was somebody that did go up and cammed up, but Laura was nowhere to be found behind her picture. It's great. It's great. Her experience is wonderful, but she doesn't have the right to ask any of you, when are you going to stop telling your experience that was and is still terrible? I agree. Hey, Jeffrey, I agree. And I mean, there's a couple of conversations going on, Gravy K. The cam up is totally different than, asking me the questions you're asking me, or asking people that have been on my panel the questions you're asking. There's 2 separate conversations going on, but that's where oh, here's Tawanda. Hey, girl.
Hi, honey. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
I can. How are you?
Okay. I'm good. I'm good. It's what I want to tell Gravy K is that you know, I hung in there a lot of months. There was a lot of times that I talked to Laura behind the scenes. I thought things were going to get better. And Jenna, you know this. You heard me argue with her many times.
Yes.
I thought there was going to be changes. There was going to be changes.
Right.
Oh, we're going to change that. And guess what? Nothing changed.
Nope.
I think that
We even had a New Year's resolution, if you remember correctly. We had a new plan for the new year of 2020. If you remember that conversation. Yep.
I love you, Mario. Serendipity, you are my buddy forever. I love Serendipity. I wish she was my daughter. I'm going to adopt her. I think I can still adopt.
Hi, Super Mario.
Anyway, I think they're different. I mean, I had somebody say, I'm absolutely afraid to leave Patreon. And I said, just leave, don't say anything, and just leave. And that's the best thing they can do. If they feel like they're just in the wrong place, just go.
Yep.
And if they feel like they're in the right place, stay. But it can't be that there's, I don't know how many of us there is now. I don't know, what, 30?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's definitely up there.
I've been with Gray Hughes for a long time. I've never heard one of his expatriates talk about him. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they do. I don't know.
There's many, no, because there's a lot that have Patreon. You got to think there's Stephanie Harlow has Patreons.
But she doesn't
Gray Hughes
at all.
No, Gray Hughes has a Patreon.
And I'll tell you, if anybody,
Molly Golightly has a Patreon. You don't see them have the problems that Laura has.
They don't do drama. Gray Hughes, you start talking about drama, he's gonna go, excuse me, are you a moron? What are you?
So you have to think that it has to do with the owner of the Patreon. If you think about it, all these people have Patreons and none of them have the problems that Laura has. That would tell you something. It has to do with the owner of the Patreon, not the Patreons within it.
Okay, I gotta say something to Grady K.
Go ahead.
K, you know what? This might be entertainment for you, but for some people, there's people that I talk to on a daily that are bedridden. There's people that I talk to on a daily that this is their only outlet. When they get hurt and when they feel like they have been abused and they don't know where to go.
People that never leave their house. This is
not
their
entertainment to them, Gravy. These are their only friends that they have. So fortunately in your life, you're not that way. And fortunately in my life, I'm not that way. But guess what? There's a lot that are, and I love being friends with them, and I'll stand by them. It's not just entertainment for me, because there's a lot of people in here that I have truly latched onto, and they make me feel good every day, and I hope I make them feel good. So your entertainment, sorry that you think of it a different way than I do. So that's why that you and I differ in not getting hurt and getting hurt.
Lady Beekeeper, to answer your question, she said, question, would this live even be happening if Laura did not drag you again without provocation? This is what Laura wants, peeps. People talking about her full stops when she wants this. And then it ended. So don't get upset when Laura when the chess pieces move where you put them. Lady Beekeeper, I totally agree. Would I be live tonight if Laura did not talk about me? Would Truth have gone live today? Would Serendipity gone live today? Would Tawanda be up here? Would any of us do this? No. But those are the things that I totally agree with, and that's something I have to work on, because You are absolutely right. This is what Laura wants. It gives Laura content. It gives
Yep.
Laura super chats. It gets Laura the limelight that she's looking for. And that is where we are failing, because we are absolutely giving her that. And that is something that I work on a daily. That is why I unsubscribe to her. That's why I don't watch her. Because if I did, I would be going live every single day. Because
I
some
had
of
to
the
block
things,
her.
right? Because
I had to block her so that the people that I still go to their, go to their lives and she pops in on,
yep.
that I can't see what she says.
Yep. I'm not perfect, and that's something that I know I'm working on for myself. I can't talk to anybody else because I am tired of talking about Laura. Laura is never going to change. Laura is going to be Laura. She does not care. She doesn't care enough to try to change. She thinks there's nothing wrong with her. It's all about the money. It's all about the views. We all know this. So me feeding into it only helps her. And I have to learn to bite my tongue. But there comes a point where you can only get dragged so much or lied on so much where you have to address it.
Okay.
So I try to pick and choose where I
I have to
address.
ask Gravy K though. Gravy K, do you ever wonder though when
Thank you, Anna Mary.
when she talks about us, do you ever tell her? Do you ever say to Laura, why are you talking about them? I haven't heard them talk about you. I want you to question her like you've questioned us. Because you know what? On Saturday, I had a great day. I had an absolute great day. Sarah did her thing. I had a live. Um, the Truth did a live about her eyes, about an addict, being an addict's mom. We had a great day. But did we get spoke about right after that? Yep. Did I mention her in any of my lives? Nope.
Gravy wants a link. I think she's going to try to come up and talk to you, Tawanda.
Okay.
Hopefully she can. I don't know if her storm, she's been in and out. She's come up a couple of times and then she ends up not being able to hear us.
Everybody's been having storms, and we're just now getting rain today.
Yeah, I had no power, no internet, anything. Here, we lost her again.
She's having a heck of a time.
She really is.
I wonder if she goes on her data on her phone.
Yeah, instead of your Wi-Fi, go on your data, maybe.
Yeah, go on your data instead, because I know that's what I had to do. Because the wind has been blowing so bad, we had to make out in front of our meat shop, we had to put in a big tent so that when they come to pick up their meat, and it's blown out 3 times today.
Oh, I know, Lady Beekeeper. You have the right to your opinion. I know that you're not trying to come at me or anything like that. I just am trying to answer your question the best way I know how. I think it's, can I blame everything on Laura per se? I would like to. I mean, of course, I think we would all like to, but in all reality, I feed it just as much as she dishes it, me doing this panel and me coming up, but what she says hurts people, and she needs to realize she hurts people. She hurts.
I think sometimes Laura, the F word and the C word to her are like the.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just, I've always said, okay, I don't think she realizes sometimes how those words hurt.
Gravy K, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Tawanda, can you hear Tawanda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I didn't come up here to, get into the middle of anything. All I'm trying to say, it's so much harder to respond when you're in the chat because
Absolutely.
you type stuff and then it's trickles down the line It doesn't make sense with what you're saying. I'm just, all I was trying to get up here to say was to respond to what you said and whether I questioned her or whatever. And this actually, you asked me this one time before, a long time ago, and you probably don't remember, but I'm not her spokesperson, and I'm not like, one of the, I don't know, main people, what I am is somebody who I like I like to go and sort of keep up with what's going on. I'll not come in for a week and then I come back and it's
You're
not
more
because
like
I'm
the
looking
free
for a
spirit. You're more like the
huh?
free spirit one. You're free spirit
Yeah,
kind
I
of one. You
really
go
am. I mean,
everywhere,
quite
right?
frankly, that's why that whole thing with what's her name,
Thank you,
Relay, it
Cheryl.
caught me so off guard because I was so not part of any of that, and it just really caught me off guard. But my point is, I don't really, God, for any less of a any. I wish I had something better to say, but I don't have a dog in this fight in the sense that I'm not her spokesperson. I don't think any of the people in Patreon are her spokesperson. But one thing I do really feel like needs to be stated, and maybe it needs to be stated by somebody who's like on the periphery, like me, is that I don't know what all this talking about you people is about because nobody talks about any of this nonsense except
I
when
know. And so
But what she does when she's live,
when she's live,
that's
she does
that's
it.
where
yeah,
we're
well,
not
she
talking
goes
about.
live, but I listen, I don't even catch every live. I mean, maybe you think I do. I really, really don't.
No, I haven't seen you for a while,
I
Gravy K.
just don't.
I was worried about you.
It's
I didn't know if what had happened.
I mean, nobody has to like save
Thank you,
me from
Lady
myself,
Beekeeper.
or in my opinion, save anybody from themselves. And I don't think anybody feels like they can't leave. I don't get that feeling at all. Um, Honestly, this just blows my mind when I listen to some of these comments and the way that you guys talk. And I think, I'm sure, listen, I'm sure
I
it
was
was a
where you were.
totally
See,
different
for me,
environment.
I knew I could leave. I knew I could leave. Nobody's holding me hostage.
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman. So when
Yeah,
we say
well,
we
so
couldn't
am
leave,
I.
right, that's not what I meant. I knew when I left, I was going to get dragged for leaving,
Yep.
even if I left quietly,
Yeah, but see, in
because
my
I
opinion,
was the
Jenna,
close.
listen to me. I've never heard anybody drag you
Really?
since you
Really?
left. No, no. In
Have
fact,
you not
I
listened to
remember
Into
her
her,
even
live?
having
have you not listened
asked.
to Laura's lives?
No,
You must not be.
I'm talking about Patreon. Okay,
Uh,
Oh,
I'm
oh.
talking about Patreon. Hey, listen, Amanda Soon. Gravy K was an analyzer supporter until that blew up when she went on panel and told her bad experience. So what's the difference between? Look, Amanda Sue, let me clear something up for you real fast. Okay, I am a total anti-analyzer. I mean, if you want to get somebody on a panel and go nuts,
but see, we're not talking about
but
Patreon because
that
we don't know
that's a
what's
whole.
going on. We don't know what
Well,
goes on
that's
in
all I'm
Patreon.
talking about.
But we can't talk about that with you, Gravy K, because we're not there. That's behind the scenes. That's personal. That's her Patreon.
People
What
mention
we
it all the
talk about,
time.
no, what we talk about is public. We talk about things that Laura has brought to the public.
No, you
When we
also,
talk about
Jenna, come on here.
Patreon, when we talk
Jenna,
about
you also
Patreon,
talk about like when you were in Patreon
yes,
and
me,
how
because
It
you
that's
was
couldn't
my
like
do this
story.
and you
cheating and
couldn't do
stuff.
that.
Because
And
that was
yeah,
my
that's what I'm
experience.
saying. But your
But I can't.
story has
Hmm.
never, I've almost been in there a year. It's never been my experience. I'm not
Okay.
saying it
But
And
wasn't your experience,
Gravy K,
but
are
things
you in
do
are you in
change.
are you in any of her private
no,
chats?
No.
Okay. I told
Okay.
Laura when
You
the
said no.
first-
I already asked you that question, Gravy K, and
No,
you
you're
said
right.
no.
I mean, I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying that's not the begin and end all either.
But what I'm telling you,
Yes, Rep Ash, go
shit
ahead.
that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. Whenever the first Patreons left and all this stuff came out, I rode hard for Laura. I did. I white knighted until I could white knight no longer. Because guess what? I found out she had a bunch other secret chats and was doing shady shit. And I cannot co-sign for that. And I told her that. I don't know what that noise is.
Gravy, what are you playing with, honey? That's really
I'm-
loud.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was so loud. I'm actually
Very
looking for
loud.
something. My bad. Okay, I'll stop. Isn't that bizarre?
So
I
did you
had no
just
idea
listen to
that
what
was
I
that
said,
loud.
or were you looking for
No,
something?
no, I heard every word you said.
Okay. So do you know that there's secret chats that they do shit? Do you know that?
Well, I mean, I've heard from you guys.
Okay.
But
just ask, just say, I want to be upfront. Is there any secret chats that you have, Laura, that I don't know about?
Okay.
Just ask
Yeah,
her that.
I'll be happy to
Just
ask
her that
Yeah.
and see if she answers you yes or no. Because I was told no, there wasn't any. There was a mod chat. That was it.
And there was 5 secret chats at that time.
That you know of.
That I know of. Yes. 5.
Yeah. And the thing is you know what? If I am going to support somebody,
Jennifer Lynn, she's a Patreon.
my money to do this, I have to know that you're not doing shady shit behind the scenes.
Yes, Republican
these
Ash.
people are calling you out for, because I didn't see it. I never seen any of this stuff before. And people kept telling me, when it comes out, Tawanda, you're going to get hurt. You're going to be, this, that, and the other thing. And I had everybody explain to me what happened. And I said, Laura, you have to promise me that there is no more secret chats, none of this stuff. And she said, absolutely, there's none.
And this is the thing. Our experience is different than Gravy K's. Not saying our, Gravy's case feelings aren't legit. Not saying our feelings aren't legit. But Gravy K, we could sit here all day long and go back and forth all day long. But because it's not your experience, you're not going to see it completely our way, and we're not going to see it completely your way. So really, it's not.
Can you also appreciate that your experience is not necessarily going to be everyone else's experience?
Absolutely.
Because when I was told that was their experience, they told me, okay, you'll find out. And they never said anything else to me. They were always very kind to me. When I walked away, I didn't have any of them calling me names, saying anything else. They just said, Tawanda, you're going to find out.
And I'm glad, Gravy K, that your experience is going well. I am. I'm glad that you enjoy being in her Patreon. I'm glad that you enjoy supporting her. I never want anybody to feel like I'm saying they can't support Laura. If you are having a great experience, continue that. And I wish I could have had that same experience, but I didn't. But all power to you. If you're having that experience, great. I'm happy.
Maybe she's learned by her mistakes.
Maybe she has
anymore.
The
only thing that I wish she would quit doing is mentioning us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't.
That's all I want.
On with our life.
That's all I want.
With our life.
That's the only thing that I'm trying to get across by my life. Is not anything other than just stop talking about me. Stop saying I'm a CUNT, that I'm a bottom feeder, that I'm useless. I wasn't useless back then, saying my voice is annoying. All of that.
Well, I don't feel like she feels like that at all about you.
But that's what she says.
She says it though, Gravy
That
K.
everything I
Yeah.
just said, she has said publicly about
She's
me.
called me a drunk, a this, a that, the other thing. I am so tired of her saying stuff. It hurts. It hurts to the core. What
Well,
she
I
said
think
it-
that's how people respond on this platform, though, in general. It's like
Have I called her a drunk?
people try to one up everybody. I'm
I
not
know, but
saying
have I
you,
called
I'm
her a
just saying
drunk?
everybody tries to get better leverage and nobody wants to be the guy at the bottom. I mean, I get
But
it.
Gravy K, have you heard me talk about her wig, her weight, her anything? Have you ever heard me say anything bad about her that way?
No, but honestly,
Okay.
Tawanda, you talk a lot about money. And
I
that
talked about money when it was
but you
brought.
talk a
I
lot
will,
about
you know
money
what? I
and
will
it gets
privately,
tiring. It gets tiring for me and
Gravy
I'm not
K, I
even
will
a
show you.
recipient.
I will show you the screenshots behind the scenes that she sent me before I ever said a thing.
Yeah, but
I
I
will
gotta
show
tell you
you.
honestly,
She
I
tortured me. She tortured me. That's why I came out with it, because she was torturing me because others were talking about it. I wasn't talking about it. They were. But she was torturing me, telling it was me, it was my issue, and I needed to deal with it, and I needed to make them stop. I can't make people stop.
well, I wasn't there. I can't comment on things I know nothing about. Okay. Do you understand that? I'm not denying what
Then
you're saying.
then you can't
but I
make that
can't-
comment about her talking about money.
No,
See,
I
there's two
can't
double
because
sta-
I've heard it.
But then
because
you
I've
said, but
heard
in
it.
this, right, but in the same breath, then you say, because Tawanda says she, you know,
I will
dragged me
guarantee
behind
you.
the scenes, you say, well, I wasn't there. But you can't
No,
have it.
I'm
She
not
can't.
saying that. I didn't say that.
You
I
said
said Tawanda said, have you ever heard me say anything about her wig? Have you ever heard me say anything about this? And I said, no, but
no,
I've heard you talk about money.
right. And
That's how
she
that
Her
said,
money? Her
eh,
money
right.
or
your
And
money?
then
money to her.
right. And then Tawanda says, I can show you the screenshots from behind the scenes
But what
that
does that
she,
matter?
but you
Because
can't.
she's the one who brought it up, Gravy K, not me.
No, what my question is, what does it matter? If you listen,
It does
just hear
matter.
me out. If you gave money to somebody on YouTube, why are you talking about it?
Because it wasn't money given, it was a fundraiser that
It was
she
a
was
fundraiser for my
responsible
plaza.
for. That she was
Puss in
responsible for.
Boots. I hear probably in the last week.
That's a big difference from Tawanda donating money to Laura. It's completely different. If that was
Listen,
the case,
I
then
would
I
not
could agree.
appreciate anybody leaving and telling people. I'm just telling you the truth. You don't have to agree with me.
Okay,
But I would
do
be
you know
very
why that was
upset
brought up
if
about
somebody who
okay.
was my friend, okay, my friend on YouTube, and listen, I don't chat with any of you off of line. So I don't have any of you that I have to feel like I'm obligated to. But if I had a relationship with somebody on here and you and I broke up, and then you told everybody about how much money that you put in my pocket and supported my children and blah blah blah,
No,
I would be
Gravy,
very
this is where you're
upset.
getting it wrong.
No, I've
I
heard
didn't
you
say
say it. I've
I
heard
didn't.
you.
I've
heard you say this.
I said what?
I've heard you say that, but for you, her kids wouldn't
You
have
have
been
never
supported.
heard
Yes,
that
I have,
from my
Tawanda. You're
mouth.
wrong. You're
You
wrong.
find where I've said it then, because I've never said that.
See,
I
now
said
I'm
I
not
have.
doing all of this. I'm telling you the truth. This is my truth, and these are the things that bother me because, truthfully, if you really cared about somebody, then why is it important that everybody else has to know whatever you've given this person? Why do
The
we have to know
reason
that?
she told her
No, you
Patreon.
told.
No,
You told.
No,
Will
no.
you be
Yes,
quiet for
yes,
1
you
minute and let
told.
me? She told her Patreons that I shared screenshots of the PayPals that were sent to me from her with Dave the Fisherman and with Whiskey. And I never shared those with anybody. The only thing that I ever shared was to prove I had a PayPal and had been paying Laura all along through my PayPal. When she did that fundraiser, she told everybody I did not have a PayPal. That's the only reason that I ever shared that PayPal with anybody. I never, ever gave up any of those donations of the things that she sent me with anybody, not even my closest friends, ever.
All right. Well, listen,
That's
I'm
what
not
was
gonna
discussed.
argue with you. I'm not gonna go
You're
sit
not going
with
to
that.
argue with me because I am right. I don't do
No,
this.
you're not right, but you're a
Okay,
right
you
fighter.
prove to me
Okay.
where I said anything. That I said anything. I did support Laura,
Okay,
and I
just
did
want to
help
say
Laura.
this. I want to say this, before anything else. I just want to say this. Nobody really knows me very well on YouTube, right? Not really, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just, my name, whatever. Okay. I want to know
There you go, Galloway.
I want to know how many of you know how much what I have done in the last year for other people. I want to know how many of you know what I've done. Because I don't talk about anything. I want to know what you know.
I know that you helped.
What do you know?
Yes, Anna Mary, I just sent it.
I know you did, because you know what? I'm a friend of Delusion Dispeller, and I've helped
Okay.
her too. And you know what? I was told, and I have a text.
You helped her too. Okay.
Yes, I
Did you
have.
buy her a car?
Wait a minute.
No, I did
Can
not
we?
help her buy a
Jenna,
car.
nobody,
Did you buy a
and
car?
you can
Donate
take my
to her
wrench
many
and tell me
times.
to leave. Nobody will sit up here and talk to you that way. Nobody.
What are you talking about?
What?
What am I talking about?
Yeah.
You just said to Jenna, this is her panel, you better listen to me.
No, she was talking to Tawanda, by the way, but yes.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
But still, same thing. Yes. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Tracy's
but
coming
okay,
up.
don't apologize because you got it wrong.
No, you said it.
But you still said
so
it.
I'm not
You
gonna
still
apologize.
said it. You still said it, but you said
Always
it to
the apologies
Tawanda.
for Gravy K. But yet when you felt, disrespected because somebody made a video about a reaction to a comment you made,
The point I'm making
you were all
is
in your feelings.
I just have one question.
Daily.
Go ahead,
Every
Tracy.
fucking day.
And then I'll get down off panel because I only have one question for Gravy K. Gravy K, are you a member of Laura's? Not just a Patreon, but a member?
I'm a member and a Patreon.
Okay. Do you think it's right for Laura to tell her members, which I still had, my membership was still active when I saw this go down. Do you think it's right for Laura to tell, she probably had well over 100 members at that point, and she's got a lot more now, good for her, but to do chargebacks on me?
Or to tell everybody that
anything
Tracy,
about this.
how about telling everybody that Tracy was, how about when Tracy was a Patreon, Laura running around saying that Tracy never paid to be a Patreon, that she was free riding.
I sent Laura.
Well, you would know more about that than I would.
I sent Laura $10.
No, she's made that public. See, there's a lot of things, Gravy K, that we're bringing up that you're not seeing.
You don't
because
see
you're not seeing it, obviously.
I don't choose to focus on every little minute thing that you all.
No, but this is.
But you're here focusing on.
But you're
what
here.
We're saying.
Exactly. You're here to tell us what we're saying and what we're doing, but you're not hearing the stuff that Laura does on her live, obviously. Obviously, it's clear because
Yeah,
I
but
brought
I
up
don't know what
4
you're trying
different
to
things.
tell me that I don't understand.
I have brought up 4 things that Laura has done publicly to each and every one of us, and you have not seen not a one of them. But you're over here telling us
Well,
that we should stop with pretty much talking about all of this and when does it end and all this and
and
that.
why wouldn't
But,
you? But why
but
wouldn't you?
because obviously you're not
what is your
seeing
end
that.
game?
Our end
What is
game
your
is
end
when
game?
Laura stops talking about us. When Laura stops making lives about us on a daily,
Okay.
trashing us, putting us down, our end game would be that we'll stop it with her. But I am going to defend myself.
So basically, until the end of time, you just want to just argue because
No, I
you
don't
know
want
if
to
you put all of
argue.
us in a room, just like a jury, we would never agree.
So you're saying that you're basically admitting to with us that Laura is never going to stop, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying to you all, what is the end game? I mean, it's like
when Laura
everybody's
stops
end game.
Ask
I don't
Laura
have,
the same
I can't
question.
speak for Laura,
I
but
want you
I'm
to
on
ask
with
Laura
you.
the same question. What is the end
Well,
game?
if she was up here, I would ask her.
But you don't ask her.
You don't ask her. Nobody asks her because they don't ask her because
Hey,
they're going to
Sarah.
get stuck.
Hi,
Because
darling.
trust me,
How are you,
when
beautiful?
she went on and on and on
I'm
about
okay.
Pink, I asked her, "What is the end game?
CCK.
When do
I'm
you
trying.
let Pink go?"
Gravy, can I ask you a question?
You know, I mean, it's not even
Gravy,
like
can you hear? Gravy, can you hear Sarah? Go ahead, Sarah.
say
Try
something,
talking
Sarah.
again.
Gravy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. How did it make you feel when Laura came out and said that the wrong person committed suicide?
Yeah, but see, you all, I don't know. I should just.
And
get
I
off
don't want to
YouTube
argue and fight
because
with you over this.
I
just
don't
wanna...
think about any of these things like you all must. I know that sounds.
Sarah,
I don't know
she
how
thinks
it
it's
sounds.
entertainment. It's entertainment to her, so I don't think she gets it.
Who just said that?
I did. Tawanda, you said this is entertainment.
Okay, Tawanda, stop speaking for me. How about that? How about we start there?
Okay, but you said it. Did you not?
Okay, but how about you stop speaking for me? How about that?
Okay,
Let's start there.
Speaking for you.
How about you be a little bit more polite about it, though? She wasn't being rude.
Me?
She was yes.
Well,
you can be a little bit more polite.
Just to say that to me is being rude to me.
You said it though.
You
I
did.
can't hear Tawanda. What did she say?
I said it in different
YouTube
contexts. Now you're gonna put that what on my epitaph that's on my headstone?
Nope.
Come on.
Galloway,
we won't think about you.
Galloway, if you can't hear Tawanda, try leaving. I'll drop you the link again and you can come back in, sweetheart.
You're the
if
one
you
that
can't
said,
hear.
You're the one that said that a lot of this stuff you don't even get because YouTube is just entertainment to you. Did you not say that in chat?
I said it as like an analogy of what this is. Like, I don't really understand. Look, explain to me how if YouTube goes, just all of you, explain to me if YouTube goes down tomorrow and it's gone, okay? It's a for-profit platform, and let's say tomorrow Yahoo buys them and says, we're doing away with YouTube chat. You know, it's not profitable. Are all of you people going to collapse?
No, I'd probably go and paint my entryway.
I go do yard. I go do yard work. I would go do yard work.
Entertainment.
Okay, but does that not? I mean, is it right for Laura to say those kind of things that the wrong parent committed suicide?
Do you not see how ridiculous that statement that you make to me is? I mean, I think you do, and now you're just like tap dancing. My point is, this is not that important to me. And I guess it is very important to all of you.
To the people that she says that to, absolutely. Gravy K, how would you be if Laura told you the wrong person committed suicide and she was pointing that to you? Would it be entertainment then?
Wasn't that like a couple weeks ago? I mean,
but
is
would
that
it be?
where we're
It
at?
wouldn't.
We have to
Don't
drag that
tiptoe
up.
around the question. Would it offend you? Would it be entertainment to you if it was you
Listen,
that she said it to? You
I
can't.
don't think you. First of all, if it affected me personally, it would be different than if I heard it just like I'm hearing
Exactly.
it on YouTube. It
She
doesn't
said
mean
it
anything
to
to
us.
me.
Right.
I don't
But
have
she
anybody
has
that
said
committed suicide. That is not part of my life. It's
but
not
she
going
has
to
said
impact me the
things
same way.
to us. Right. But
Because I'm
each
an
and every
effing
one of
grown-up.
us, but each and every one of us, she has said horrible things about.
She's made fun of my son.
Every single one of us, she has said horrible things about. So yes, it does affect us, and it might not affect you.
I mean, do you all read the chat? Do you understand how things like, I mean, I'm actually reading this now.
She's never going to answer
And
it.
this is how, this is how everything, denigrates on YouTube, because it's like, if you don't get on the same, and I'm sad in a way, because I'm not a creator. Jenna, you're a new creator.
And we
Tawanda,
get sad
you're a
too,
new
and that's why we
creator.
express
But do you
ourselves through
all, do
lives
you
and
read your
videos.
chat?
Gravy K.
Do you
I read my
your chat?
yes,
Why don't you
all the time.
think? Why don't you?
YouTube
Why don't
went
you?
away
Why aren't you
tomorrow.
defending me in chat?
Because nobody is saying anything rude. They're giving opinions. If they were being rude to you, I would.
Then what am
But
I doing? Am I not
but
giving my opinion?
and we
Yeah.
and you are still on panel, correct? I haven't
Yes.
booted you.
But my
I haven't
point
booted
is,
you.
don't you
We
They
see
haven't
don't
let
have
you
anybody
talk.
blocked.
take
They can
things
anybody
and
can come in
just
here and give their opinions.
twist
Yep.
and turn things according to whatever fits?
No,
Carla
like I
Ray,
told you.
why are you on panel, Gravy Cake? Carla Ray, why don't you come up here, because I would love to talk to you.
But like Gravy, I told you 10 minutes ago, Gravy K. Like 10 minutes ago, I just said, you have a wonderful experience with Laura. That is great.
I don't
So
have
how
a
am I?
wonderful
But
or
how
a
is it
bad
that we're not?
experience.
Okay.
I can't even
So we're
say I've
going to
had
take
an
my words
experience.
literally now. But in all reality, I have given you the respect to say what you need to say. I have not thrown you out of panel. I have not said that your feelings aren't justified. They are. They're your feelings. You're allowed to have them. But you have sat on this panel and basically said our feelings aren't justified.
I've never said that once. That's never come out of my
No,
mouth.
but
That just
no,
came out of your mouth.
those words haven't come out. But
That's right.
you have
Those words have not come out of my mouth.
Right,
I've
but
never
you
once
have
even said that.
insinuated.
But
you
you
have
are
insinuated.
intimating
You have
to people in the
insinuated
chat that I am saying that.
because you
So
have
now you
insinuated.
actually are coloring me based on
Now
what.
I'm gonna mute you because you have insinuated that we just keep carrying on, that it is not, we're just, when's the end game on this? We have told you we can go round and round and round with you all night long. We're never going to get anywhere because you see it your way, we see it our way. Our end game is when Laura stops talking to us about us in horrible ways. Tawanda, it was she's a drunk. Serendipity, it was about her autistic son. Galloway, she's a drunk and a drug addict. Me, I'm a CUNT loser, bottom feeder, whatever. So when those stop, that's when the end game will stop. So now I'll let you speak.
I mean, I've never heard any of those things. And truly, I came up here because, like
Have you not
I said
watched
before,
our chats,
you were
Gravy?
very kind to me before. And I
And
look
I'm
at
still
you
count to
as
you.
that kind person who has a good center value. That's how I see
Exactly.
you.
And I'm still kind to you, get Gravy K,
And
but you're not, because you don't see this, you can't relate. You can't relate because you
well, I'm
haven't seen
I
it,
can't
and because
see
it
through your
wasn't done.
eyes.
Right. So what are we doing? We're talking in circles because you can't relate.
Of people throwing, "Oh, I did this and I did that," because it's like, if you did this and you did that, then just be that person. And why do you have to have so much, like, acknowledgement for things? Sometimes it's for the greater good, because it makes you a better person. I mean, don't people ever care about the greater good anymore? Or is that just over?
Absolutely, we care about the greater good.
Then can you tell Laura, I think if you quit talking about those girls, they'll be quiet.
Right.
Have you ever thought about that?
Because she
Well,
gets to spread all over
look, it's not my
YouTube
choice to
that
make. I didn't come up here to fight with you. I honestly didn't. I
we're
regret
not
it now. I'm
fighting.
sorry I
No,
did.
I'm just
Don't.
I came
I
up
am
because
definitely
Jenna
not fighting
always
with you.
seemed very fair and not righteous. So
Gravy,
that
I'm
was
I've
a
not.
always
plus for me.
valued your opinion. I've always respected you as a person.
me
Yep.
I'm
too.
not trying to fight with you at all. I
Well,
wanted to
I'm not
come
trying
up
to
and
fight with
kind of
you either.
ask you a question. I mean,
Right.
What?
how does it make you feel when she says and does certain things? That's all I wanted to know, because that's
It
what the
doesn't
topic
make
was
me
on.
feel anything. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. A lot of you all, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to patronize anybody. I think
Thank you,
maybe
Jenna
when I
Rose.
was, I think maybe when I was younger, when I was more, your age, maybe this stuff would have mattered
I'm
more to me.
60
It
years
didn't.
old, Gravy K.
It
Come
didn't
on,
exist
really?
then. No,
I'm
I'm not
60
talking about
years
you,
old.
Tawanda. Okay.
I know, but you know what? These people are my real friends.
But
I
most of
love them. You
Not
ask me if
60,
YouTube
Tawanda.
left
Okay,
tomorrow. If
most of them
YouTube left
are
tomorrow,
are
what would
you know
can you
half of
quit?
60.
Can you let me talk, please? If YouTube left tomorrow, you know what?
Galloway, I dropped the link.
I have each and every one of these girls' phone numbers. I love them. I adore them. And they are like my own kids.
Well, good for you. I mean, I actually have phone numbers and friends too, but you know what? They're three-dimensional. And I see them. And we talk and we interact. And YouTube isn't my beginning.
If your friends were being absolutely tortured on a daily basis, you wouldn't say anything.
You know what? My friends would not be on YouTube. That's probably the truth right there.
Well, I know what.
So we should have to leave YouTube, and she gets to stay and talk about us. No, I'm asking a question. I'm asking. That is what I'm asking. So should that be what we should do? Should we leave YouTube so it would end? Is that what we should do?
I never even remotely suggested that.
I never did. I say you did. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
The answer is no.
Okay.
Why would it be?
You're welcome, Marcia.
Like I say, it just bothers me that this just kind of continues on. Nobody ever gets to the finish line. It's every day half of the time I go online.
Can one of my mods get rid of Life Rewind and clone, please? I can't see it. I don't know which one it is. That clone of me between British. If any of you guys see it, can you get rid of it, please? Yeah, she says it's between British. Oh, it's Life. Yeah, I passed the Spitty Spoon lady. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tawanda.
Well, that must be the 51st state, because I don't know what state of depression you're talking about. Jesus.
But Gravy K, I don't want your views.
happened.
She's breaking up.
You're breaking up. We can't hear you.
Butterflies, and now every single in this chat has like this Gravy Cave sucks mentality now, which is like, okay, why? Because I have an opinion? Because I don't really. I don't
Gravy
care what
K,
you all
have you
do.
ever
I don't really care
looked
what
in
Laura
Laura's
does.
chats?
I come on YouTube and I like,
I know,
come
but
on.
have you ever looked in Laura's chats when
Yeah.
she mentions our name and the people
With-
that
and I
that
chat
rake us
with.
across the coals? You know, Sarah's a C word, Tawanda's a drunk, Jenna's a nobody. Have you ever looked in Laura's
now I'm a
chats
horrible
to see how we have been belittled? Have you ever seen that? How she puts down Tracy on a daily basis. These are the women that I absolutely adore and love. And it freaking hurts, man. It hurts.
I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't seen any of this.
See, that's the hard part. That's the hard part because you're seeing this side, and it just sounds like you only see this side, but every time we ask you about Laura's side, you don't see it.
You never see it. You don't.
But I
see those
don't.
lives.
I mean, what do you want me to
Then
say?
how can you
Maybe
come
you should
here?
Go back and look at some
Right.
of her
Then
lives
how can
that
you
she's
come
done
here?
lately and look.
That's why I am here.
Right, but
What do
you're
you mean?
sitting.
How
but
can
you're
I come here? That's why I am here.
right. But now you have to go back and watch Laura's side. You have to.
I watch Laura's side regularly, and I'm telling you, I don't really understand.
You just
You've
said
never
you
heard
did.
our
You
name
just said
mentioned?
you didn't.
No, I mean like you're talking. I don't know if you're talking about Patreon or chat. Or
Never
whatever.
Patreon. Patreon is private. I don't know anything about
I don't
Patreon,
care
Gravy
what
K.
she does in her
It's
Patreon. I
public.
don't care what she does
Nothing
in her
Patreon.
I'm talking about her
Well,
life.
I couldn't even tell you what the last 5 lives that Laura has had. I've caught like maybe the last one. That's the truth.
Right. But
Then maybe
that's
you
where
should
you're
go
never
back
gonna
then.
get it. You're not gonna get our side because you have missed her lives. Because maybe if you saw her lives, you would see where we are and why we feel the way we do.
It absolutely astounds me that Jenna, who is supposed to be a bottom feeder, you catch her live, but you have not caught any of Laura's lives and seen any of this. It astounds me. It makes me think that
Well,
you're
I'm
not telling
sorry.
me
You
the
should
truth.
be astounded because that actually happened. How about that?
Okay, then you know what, Gravy? Let's make a deal, okay? I want you to go look at her last 20 lives. Put them on high speed. Just boom, 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 go through them.
Okay, well,
And then,
I mean, that's like
can we
the
talk
next
after that?
month for me.
Okay, can we talk after that?
Watch her last 3 lives.
Yeah.
You
watch
only
her
have
last
to go back 2 lives, 1 live. It don't
All right,
matter. We
tell
get
me
talked
this.
about
At
every
least tell me
day.
this. At least tell me this. What am I looking for? What am I going to hear? Tell me what I'm going to hear. I'm going to watch the last 3. I'm going to get off this. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch the last 3.
You're going to
What
hear
am
her
I-
call us
what am I
names.
listening for?
You're going to hear her call us names. You're going to hear her call Tawanda drunk, Serendipity, this and that. Me, I'm a nobody. Galloway is, drunk and a pill popper, and watch the chat too. Make sure you watch the chat too, because the chat feeds right into it all. Like, you can't watch Laura without watching the chat. And then you come back and I'll do a live.
I want you to go look at Tracy's lives and go look at my lives.
Or my last couple of lives.
Yeah, but I don't watch.
I'm just saying, we don't talk about her.
really don't watch all these lives.
Right. And we don't talk about her. Today, you happened to walk in on a day that she talked about all of us and set us all off.
Yeah.
That's what you walked in on.
That's what I walked in on, because
That
swear
is
to
what
God,
you walked in on.
swear to God, my 2 grandchildren are here right now. I have not seen any of what you're talking about, not because it didn't exist, because I haven't seen it. And quite frankly, I just went on and saw who was live.
Okay,
That's
then watch her
gross.
live from today. Watch her live from today, and you'll know why we did this live tonight. Watch her
Okay.
reaction
I
live
will.
today.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. I mean,
All right. Well,
Her
like
know
I
what it's
said,
reaction
well,
called?
live, her
You know what it's
reaction live
called?
was off of my live, and Tracy and I didn't even really talk about her. It
right.
wasn't even really about her.
It was about Makeup Mobster.
Yeah.
Yep.
She might
But
have been mentioned, but it wasn't solely based off of her at all. And she had to go live and do a reaction.
correct. About somebody else that it didn't even pertain to her. That reaction live had really nothing to do with her, but she had to react to it. And now we're here. And like I said, we can go all on and
All right,
on.
well,
I've been here almost 3
total
hours.
total
Mandy Lynn is
clusterfuck
about
that I walked in the door then,
right, but Mandy Lynn and Ash are
because
about to go live in a little bit. I've been live for 3 hours. I have to get off. Gravy K, you
yeah.
are always welcome here. Always. You can
And
come in
Gravy,
and you can
you and
have your
I,
opinion.
you and
And
I
I
have
hope
always
you
had a good
continue.
relationship.
Jenna, I really,
Always.
really like you as a person.
And
I
I
really like you,
really
Jenna, as a person. I always have. I'm not coming up here to argue, fight. I hate that. It really is frustrating to me that I'm even suddenly in the middle of all this. I didn't come up here with the intention of like trying to like, I don't know, to defend the left or
Did
something.
you
and
and I
let me
Wasn't
tell
that?
you, to me, it wasn't a fight. I don't feel like I fought with
I
you
don't think
tonight.
it's a fight
All right.
either.
Well, I don't feel like I fought with you either, but I don't want people
No.
like all nasty on the, it's like I can't get back to wherever I was. And now I see I'm just watching chat as it rolls. And it's like, people act like I'm the devil. And it's like, dude, I just am a person who lives a life and have made a few connections on YouTube. I'm not trying to,
Gravy, do you
I'm trying to
understand?
sell anybody any snake
I know,
oil here.
but do you understand when we did the Common Ground thing, the first game show, Common Ground? We Tracy and I and Pixie, we didn't run over to the other side. We wouldn't even go in
Yeah,
there.
but see, all that stuff is meaningless to me. I don't even know what
know,
that
but
means.
you know what? We wanted to figure out who each of us was. That's why we called it Common Ground. We had a game show. We had a game show where it took us like 2 hours trying to figure the damn thing out. We had a game show that we could at least see who each other was. And guess what? I found some really good people that I didn't know
Listen, I'm
about
not
before.
minimizing any of the things that you do, like friends that you have. This is just sort of a place to kind of every now and then when I got nothing else to do, I just sort of decompress and say, hey, who's doing what? What's going on? I
But
don't
you
really,
have,
I
honey,
don't
you have to
really want
But
understand.
to.
then you have to be careful with your opinions then.
Yeah, because
Well,
there's some
that's not
people,
going to
this
change
is their
that.
only
I mean,
life.
I'm entitled to my
You're
opinion.
entitled to them,
Yeah.
but you have to be careful with
I
them.
know
That's all
some
I'm
people,
saying.
this is their only life. These are the only people they have to correspond
Okay,
with.
Tawanda.
They're
All right,
shut
let's
in.
don't go down that
No,
road. That's
Right.
not
But all
okay,
I'm
fine.
saying, Gravy K, is not that you're not allowed to have an opinion. You are. But you have to
I'm
be
a pretty
careful with your opinion.
intelligent person, and I don't really have to like go through all of these mental justifications before I make a move. Okay. I mean, I'm just telling you the
Well,
truth.
then this is what happens when you do, though. That's
Well,
when
I
the
mean,
chat
I
eats you
came on
alive.
here
This
thinking
is
that
when
I
the
was just
chat eats you
addressing,
alive.
I mean, just addressing some small incident, and instead it turns into, like
Right.
nuclear World War
Because
III.
you didn't do your research on it.
No, because I don't, this kind of
But
stuff
like I said,
that
we can't, I have to go.
it's nothing meaningful to me. Doesn't anybody
but it
get
is to but it is to us. And when you
Jenna,
have an
I'm gonna jump down.
yeah,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
me up,
Yeah,
babe.
I
Thank
am
you.
too.
Thank
I am
you.
too.
All right, Gravy. I have to end my life.
All right.
Thank you, Tawanda. Thank
right.
you, Gravy K, for coming in.
Yeah.
And I have to go. I'm getting eaten alive. And like I said, Ash and Mandolin are going live at 9:00. Make sure you guys all tune in. Thank you guys for all being in here. Thank you guys all for the support. I really appreciate this support. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. Thank you guys. Bye.